Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a miner. But made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. Back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling their soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a slice, extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame, ever blinking the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. I'm proud of you, try. We get them high. Take them high. What I do, come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Working wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to, what is this, episode 237. God damn, of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse. Which, if you didn't know, you can also find this, on Spotify. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Amazon, Google, Timbuktu, anywhere you can find good podcasts. So if you do, make sure you go leave us a rating. Helps us find more listeners like yourself. Carter,
What I do?
you ain't do nothing, man. You good, man.
Well, I want to do something, but it's going. I'm probably gonna hurt some people's feelings.
Uh-oh. Wait. Who feelings? Whose feelers are we going after today, Carter? Who we getting
No
on?
one just yet. So let me give you all just a summarization. Today we are going to be, of course, talking about Echo. That's all people have been talking about all week.
Bring your
All
mic
5
in a little bit.
episodes. Oh Lord. Okay. We good?
Yeah, you good. Now you good.
All right. So of course we're gonna be talking about Echo. All 5 episodes came out. We're gonna be talking about Ghost Rider and how that's probably gonna make a lot of folks kind of tilted a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Among just the random shenanigans that Ernie and I will sometimes discuss. But what are we talking about first? Let me ask you that question.
Honestly, I wanted to be a little messy at first, but I'm not actually prepared to be messy. I like having receipts when I am being messy, but we might actually save that for, I don't know, man. That's content. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do we want? No, wait. Do we? Let me ask this. You know what? I'm not gonna leave it up.
Mine is Echo related.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Echo first. Then let's talk about. We're gonna talk about Echo first. Before we do though.
Yeah.
Before we do. So wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, just to make sure that everyone knows what I'm talking about. When I said I wanted to be messy, I'm not talking about Echo. Just FYI. My messy was actually completely unrelated to anything with Marvel, DC, Image, Boom Studios. No legitimate comic company was going to catch any shrapnel over anything I was about to say.
You talking about what I asked you about this morning?
Yes, that's what I was talking about. But no, we're not gonna be we're not gonna be messy this morning. We're gonna we're little Robo, you ain't shit. He said, someone say messy. No, actually, Carter, this is a conversation you're not gonna have off camera first. Before we have it in front of other people, because I don't I don't want to get ugly in front of company.
There you go. Woke AF, that first comment you showed actually is a little bit of what I want to.
Oh wait, Carter's gonna burn it. Hold on.
No, I'm not gonna burn Echo. So it's another part of what he said in this comment.
Okay.
Are y'all gonna burn Echo?
Yeah.
Are y'all gonna burn Echo? Because I've watched 4 episodes and I'm having fun with it. Okay, so let me get this out the way real quick. This is me talking about me. One thing that you all have always told me in YouTube comments, on Discord, in this live chat when we're doing these Blerd Caves, a lot of you all are fans of mine. Well, for one reason being that anytime that Ernie and I are having a discussion about something, whether it be a movie, whether it be a book, whether it be a TV show, whether it be a video game, whether it be anything, you all said that you all love me because I always make it a point to say that no matter what I'm saying, no matter what Blerd Without Fear is saying, at the end of the day, you make your own damn decision about whatever it is we're having a conversation about that you are interested in. You have that free will. You have your own mind to think the way you want to think. I don't know if Ernie's gonna burn Echo. I'm not gonna burn Echo, but because you have watched 4 episodes and you're having fun with it, what we say about it is what we are saying about it. If you're having fun with it and somebody else is not having fun with it, that's irrelevant because you are having fun with it. I saw a comment in Discord and people were talking about Echo. And then I saw a comment that said, well, Angry Joe said full stop.
No.
Because that shit it's starting to get on my fucking nerves.
Fuck Angry
It does
Joe.
not matter. Well, okay, in this instance, yes, because how Angry Joe feels about something should not dictate how you feel about something. I don't like that we're at a point now where people are getting so lazy that we would rather have someone else think for us. We would rather have someone else give us our opinion or how we feel about something. If you have the sense to wake up in the morning and realize, hey, I gotta pee. Hey, I gotta wash my face. Hey, I gotta get in the shower. Hey, I gotta get dressed. Hey, I gotta go to work. Hey, I have to do this, do that. If you can do all of those things, you can make a choice of whether you enjoy whatever the fuck it is, period. So when I saw that comment, I'm just like, dude, like, make your own opinion about something. If how he feels, I think what people are forgetting here is that he's doing it for content. He's not doing it so that you keep his opinion. Rob is making videos for content. He's not doing it so that you have his same opinion about fucking Black Bolt. If you like Black Bolt, fine. It's all content. It's all for you to watch, enjoy, and absorb it. Sal does back issues, not so you can have the same opinion as Sal and Ben and Tiffany, but because it's content for you to absorb and enjoy it. It's not for you to then think like them on some sheep mentality. It's weird and it's creepy. Make your own choices about things. If you would rather have someone else tell you how to feel about Echo, about a video game, about a movie, because you don't want to sit there and watch it, that's laziness. If you don't want to sit there and watch something, then I would much rather a lot of people say, I don't want to watch it. As opposed to, man, I didn't want to go see that movie. And then I saw what so-and-so said and they said it was trash. That's get the fuck out of my face. And I'm trying to curse less in 2024. But just seeing that, it just really, really, really irked me.
Yeah.
Think for yourself. That's why we have this free will shit in the first place. Like, Blade Runner is not real. We're not robots.
I'm gonna start playing some speech music.
Like, but it's just, I don't know, man. Like, when I saw, but man, Angry Joe, man, he did a whole and you not Angry Joe just because he has however many numbers of subscribers that he has, that we have, that Rob and Sal and Benny and all these other and Dope Spiel and all these other people, just because we have several people that watch us and enjoy us, that does not make our opinion any more top tier than yours. Because you're you know how you feel about something. And somewhere along the way, we just forgetting that. It's fucking weird. Stop being weird. That's my recommendation this week. Stop being weird and think for yourself. With that being said,
okay,
let's talk about Echo.
I was like, I don't know how to follow that. Ooh, goddamn. No, all I was gonna say is that, yeah. Seconded. Actually, you know what? You know what? I'm actually gonna clip that. I'm backtrack saving. Yeah, don't hate. I have that ability. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, that's my whole thing. Y'all just it doesn't matter how somebody else will feel about something. Watch it yourself, and then how do you feel? Period.
Mm-hmm. I agree 110%. So let's, before we get into the proceedings, we want to give shout outs to Robo out here with the 5 months in the diamond mine. Man, we also got Dolls K. Williams out here with the $5 out here. Also, bam, yeah, because technically she didn't put in this message, but I'm gonna read it anyway. It says, hi, Blerd and Carter. I want to thank you for helping me like Saturdays again. Hashtag Tony loves Emma. He most certainly do.
Who is Tony? Who is Emma?
You know what time it is. Don't act like you don't know about Marvel's new hottest it couple. Don't act like you don't know. You know. Tony,
So you finna give me flack for this, and a lot of y'all finna call me nasty, but my mind went Tony the Tiger and Emma Stone, and I knew that wasn't right.
No, I'm talking about Tony and his latest boo thing, Hazel Kendall.
Tony Stark. Oh my God.
Hazel Kendall, aka Emma Frost.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, look,
It's too early in the morning.
this man lays it too early. Look, hey,
You would think we don't talk about comic books every damn Saturday.
No.
I said Tony the Tiger and Emma Stone.
No, don't act like you don't act like you don't remember this. Don't act like you don't you
Why did
remember
my
this?
mind go to Tony the Tiger and Emma Stone?
Look.
Tony Stark and Emma Frost was right there.
Yeah, Tony and Emma.
I need a drink. I need a drink.
Right there.
I need a drink.
Right there. But no, in all seriousness. In all seriousness, yes. I wish it told me when some of these things were what they were, because sometimes I skip over stuff and I don't mean to. But we're gonna hit up Black Marvel with the $10. Says, what's up, Blerd Cave? Turning 35 tomorrow. Oh, well, you know what you get.
35 Club. Welcome.
There you go. Says, I'm turning 35 tomorrow, but no plans due to storms on the East Coast this weekend. But happy MLK weekend to all of Blerd Coa. Actually, yes. So I feel like those storms are going to be kind of all over the place, because even in the Mid-South, we're going to be getting a taste of what you're getting. This might just be like a different, probably a different amount, different vibe. But like, I know we have a predicted snowstorm here in Memphis. Oddly enough, for, I think, either MLK Day or the day after. Take your pick. That said, I still want you to go have the best birthday ever. And by the way,
Yeah.
if you got motherfuckers in your midst that's on that Victor Creed, cut them off immediately, because man, your birthday is tomorrow, bruh. I don't want that for you. If you know anybody named Victor, I don't want that for you. For those that have read Wolverine number 41, then you'll know what I'm talking about. That was some of the most fucked up shit I'd ever seen. I was like, bruh, why?
And I'm gonna tell you what I was tripping off of about this new issue of Wolverine. I had forgotten, and maybe this says a lot about me, but I had completely forgotten about Sabertooth and the Exiles and the Council of Creeds. I had completely forgotten about the Council of Creeds. And just to see I don't know who that brother was. He ain't got his own Marvel Snap card, the Crab Man. He was just by circumstance. He was just victim by circumstance.
Look, that motherfucker said, I need 2 more legs and 2 more arms. Motherfucker, get your ass over here. He's like,
like, goodness. I don't know what it has been with Benjamin PErcy, but he is just going through this nasty phase with his Marvel run so far. Wolverine, X-Force, Ghost Rider. I don't know what's gonna happen in this new Ghost Rider. But Benajmin PErcy is. That's why I made the tweet that I made when it came to his Ghost Rider announcement. I don't know what this book about to be. I don't know what's gonna transpire. The only one constant thing I do know, somebody finna get broke off in the nastiest way possible.
Man, you ain't lied. You ain't lied. But I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this, and not for nothing, but I'm here for it. I'm fucking here for it. I just, man, yeah. Like I said, the energy remains the same. Man, if you got motherfuckers in your midst that are on that are on that saber-tooth shenanigans, man, get them the fuck away from you. God damn. Like,
you know, it was so bad. It made that issue reminded me that like this has always been a constant thing, because even when Victor was inverted because of Axis, he still fucked with it. It wasn't up to this extent.
No.
Somebody might have talked to Benajmin PErcy, because that right there was just very just.
Man, look, let me tell you. Look, you know what? Look. There is something they put on the front of that new issue of Wolverine. I actually briefly brought it up in the video, video for it. So on the cover, and here I'm gonna pull this up because I want y'all to be able to see it. I got the cover like super zoomed in, just FYI. But this book says most violent Wolverine story ever told. They were not lying, because this motherfucker is violent. Like, and they're not just talking about the single issue. They're talking about the entire 10 issue, because it's supposed to be 10 issues. The Saber-Tooth War.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's gonna be 10. So I don't know if you knew this. I don't know if you knew this, Carter. Do you know why this story arc is happening?
No.
So Wolverine turns 50 this year.
Okay.
Actually, he turns 50 in July. His actual birthday, well, I mean, technically, I think canonically his birthday, I don't remember exactly what it is, but like his actual like first appearance in Marvel was, I think it was in Incredible Hulk like 180 or something like that in like 1974. So, but that issue came out in July. So the 50th issue of Wolverine, and that's why they sped it up to being like a twice monthly issue, is because that way it'll line up perfectly with that birthday. So like this is his birth. So basically Sabertooth had to go big or go home. It was go big or go home. He's like, look, he said, I can't just keep coasting off Silver Fox, okay? I can't keep coasting off Old Glory. I didn't kill Silver Fox, what, how long ago? he actually, the only thing that would have made that birthday message better, and here, I swear to you, the only thing that would have made his birthday message to Wolverine that much better is if somewhere in the message he would have had enough body parts available to add runt at the end of it.
Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't think I'm gonna tell you what I thought would have been really low down.
Yeah.
And one thing that made me laugh about this image is that he used Dawkins' ponytail to make the P.
Yes.
In happy. Okay?
Yes.
Here's what I thought would have been low down. And I'm happy there was not another person there. I didn't think he'd be able to do runt, but I thought it would be green as hell if he was to use a limb or a body part to make an exclamation point in that happy birthday.
Yeah, man. Oh, if he would have. So I want to, yeah.
Like
no.
A random leg and a head or something. But now I'm nervous, because if this is what happened to Dokken,
oh, bruh.
Lord Jesus, what's gonna happen to Laura, and oh my God, what's gonna happen to that little girl Badger?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's gonna be over. By the way, I hate I did this because I fucking lost track of a super chat because like the chat just went wild for a minute. But we do got a $20 super chat here from Delayed Grat. Says big ups to you, Blerd. Want to show my support. I loved Echo series, but I see the weaknesses in the plotting and hope they clean it up later. As a longtime comics fan, we have supported all measure of silly bullshit. Yeah, okay, so that is something you know what, we're gonna get to that here in a moment. That I promise you. That I fucking promise you. We are gonna get to that here very shortly.
And I wanna apologize to that gentleman, but I want to thank you for the 20, but I also want to apologize because for all intents and purposes, I thought that name said Delayed Grits for the longest time.
This man said Delayed.
I'm sorry.
Grits.
I'm hungry. And speaking of food,
I'm done with y'all.
LP3 just gave us 5 for a Little Caesars Hot and Ready, saying you guys, meaning Ernie and myself, have mentioned receiving recommendations from the cave, so clearly our opinions are equally valued. Don't sell yourself short. Absolutely. Thank you.
Well, no, and I think you know, in regards to that, and I think that the thing that's important to take note of there is that we're giving recommendations. I think what Carter was talking about was, you know, just people saying wild shit, you know, and it's all for the content. There's no real, not to say there's no real value behind it, but just like, I mean, let's be honest. And I saw this a while ago, and this kind of gave the game away.
Okay.
But some of the geeks and gamers, the nerdrotics, that Asian chick you were asking me about from Comics Gate, Michaela, whatever the fuck her name is, some Elden Ring character. She and a bunch of other people, Heels versus Babyface. I don't know if you know this, Carter, but they do like a live stream together. Like they all do this big, like it's like 8, 9, 10 of these motherfuckers sitting in a Discord call. And there was an episode where one of them, and I don't remember which one, but one of them actually gave the game away, talking about how they wish they could just do videos about stuff they loved because they said they were sick and tired of doing videos about shit that they hate or pretending to be mad about shit just to get clicks, because they said that whenever they do videos about stuff they care about, they don't get any views. But whenever they make videos about Captain Marvel and the Marvels and like trying to clown that and trying to make fun of Ms. Marvel and She-Hulk and, you know, woke Disney and all this other stuff, those videos go viral. And also, to your point, you brought, and I'm gonna be a little messy right here because in the same thing, Heels versus Babyface asked him his opinion on Isom. Tell him what you think about Isom. Talking about Isom. But no, but just to get it back to it. Sometimes that stuff is disingenuous, sometimes it's not. I think you can tell when it's disingenuous. But yeah, we give our recommendations. We genuinely care about these things. We're telling them to you. But when we like hate, but I think what Carter's more talking about is like stuff like when I make fun of Spawn, like that's content. That's not me being serious, like at all. Yeah. I don't hate Spawn. I've said that a ton of times. People still think I hate Spawn.
It's more so like, okay, keeping it on with Spawn. I enjoy Spawn. If Ernie says that Spawn is trash, and he does a video saying Spawn is trash, and he has 89,000 people that watched him say that Spawn is trash, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Spawn is trash. No,
don't.
No. That's what I'm saying. Real quick, Woke AF is asking, can someone please tell me when Sabertooth escaped? Didn't they bury him under a mountain?
No. So when Sabertooth was put in the hole in House of X number 6, but he got out in his own series. That was he had a solo series called Sabertooth, and he got out. You know what? You just reminded me of something too. I meant to tag a playlist in my recent video for that, and I forgot to do it. So that is on me. That is 110% on me and nobody else but me. So I am going to go and address that now.
Long and short of it is Victor got a buff in the most recent X-Men DLC expansion and was able to use his mind to get out, along with some other mutants that were in the pit as well. So that's how he was able to get out. And he also was able to find the Council of Creeds, which is what I've been calling them. I hope if that's a real name, cool. If it's not and someone steals it, y'all know where y'all heard it first. But he was able to find variants of himself that have just been running around, running roughshod. I thought they were in his mind.
No,
were they not?
No, not in Sabertooth. And now
I couldn't remember.
When you get to
Sabertooth in the Exiles,
yeah, when you get to Sabertooth in the Exiles, he is out in the wind. He is gone.
Oh, like no! I'm talking about the variants, like the Sentinel of
the Sentinel Tyranny,
the pretty boy, and something.
No, okay. Those are real.
Those are real.
Those are real Sabertooths. Those are real Sabertooths. From the multiverse. So like, Graydon Creed was using Orcus assets to go to various parts of the multiverse and kill Sabertooths from those multiverses. And so all of those Sabertooths, those are legit. Those are legit Sabertooths. They're just from other Earths. So yeah, all of that is like that is as tangible as pumpkin pie.
Is Graydon Creed, is that Victor and Mystique's son?
Yes.
So what's crazy about that, just to put you all on some more Sabertooth game, because I see that Woke is saying he wished they had an off Sabertooth back in the 90s. So what's funny about Graydon Creed doing all of that is the reason that Graydon Creed is even back on solid ground when it pertains to the Marvel universe is because of Sabertooth.
Yeah, Sabertooth got him out of hell.
Yeah, and the way that he did that was by giving up his soul, because that was like the last good thing he did when he was still inverted. Because Woke, if you don't know this, when Wolverine was dead for a while, Sabertooth was basically, that was our Wolverine for a bit, because he had got inverted because of this Rick Remender storyline called Axis. That's where you got the Superior Iron Man, and that's where Tom Cruise came from. He was supposed to be in the Multiverse of Madness, and but
we ain't never gonna let them live that shit down.
But yeah, he was inverted, so he wasn't good, but he wasn't the crazy fool he had been for the years, and he actually had to. I liked when Sabertooth was inverted. That's where you got the Uncanny X-Men book from Cullen Bunn when Magneto was leading that group of X-Men. And yeah, the last thing that he did was he pulled Graydon Creed from hell because he thought that Graydon deserved, him and Mystique's son deserved a fair chance. And he gave up his soul in the process and then reverted back to ripping motherfuckers' bodies apart to spell out happy birthdays.
Shit's fucking wild, dude. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. We got one here from Eslom10 says, "What's good, Blerds? I find it interesting the Kingpin loved Maya enough to fight for her, but didn't love her enough to learn sign language." Well, that's we'll talk about that here.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's I put it this way: he learned enough. He knew enough. Like, just
okay. I'm happy you said it.
Yeah, he knew. Okay, I tell you what. You know what it was? Kingpin learned enough sign language to be able to say, anime fans, they watch so much anime, even if they never learn Japanese a day in their life, but they know what Nani means. They know what Bakana means. They know what, it's basically another version of Nani, more or less. They know what, they know what isekai means. They know like little words here and there. They know how to say "let's go" in Japanese. They don't know how to say, but if someone actually held a conversation with them, they would just be like, it'd be like the equivalent of how much I retained of Spanish. I know enough Spanish to understand what's being said to me, but I can't really speak it well. You know, for the most part, like I know, like I used to always joke and say I know enough to know what I'm talking about when I'm ordering off the fucking Mexican restaurant menu. Like I know what pollo is. that is the level of sign language the Kingpin has in Echo. And
can we talk about what we need?
Yeah, we can.
You pull pollo out of your head.
I did. I pulled chicken out of my ass, right. You know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just saying. Here, I'm gonna heart these so that way.
I'm a bad motherfucker. Pollo, yeah, that's all me, baby.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. Also, shout out to the Twitch side of things. Shout out to the Twitch side of things, y'all. We love you.
I'm forgetting you're doing that now. How
Yeah.
is that going?
It's going all right. It's going all right. It happens.
Okay.
It's a little bit different because this is more of a more structured show, so it's a little less interactive. You know what I mean? A little less interactive, but I feel like it still does what it needs to do. That said,
hold on, left face. Hold on, fuck that. You gonna put some respect on my friend. That man said you knew Pollo from watching Breaking Bad. You gonna put some respect on my boy.
Wait.
You gonna put some respect on my friend.
Hey, look, I knew Pollo beforehand. But no, I like legit when I go to like Mexican restaurants, like, cause case in point, I always joke with my with my daughter Cersei, because when we go to this one Mexican restaurant, there's a certain thing she likes to get, and she can't say it because like just it's like it always makes her stumble over herself when she tries to say it, but so we just always joke and just say it's just chicken and cheese. That's literally what it says. It's just chicken and cheese in Spanish. I was like, don't worry about it. Matter of fact, it's gotten to the point where we even say it at the restaurant. The folks are like, yeah, we got you. That shows you how much we go there. But yeah, anyway, let's get to what we came here to talk about. I swear this is a structured. I swear this is a structured show. I promise you. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, you know what I just thought about? Here, I forgot that I was. Here we go. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, okay. So here, let me do this real quick. We're not in spoiler territory, just FYI.
Yeah.
But what I'm about to do is I'm gonna have to re-add some shit for the lower thirds because something got messed up and
got lost in the sauce.
No, whenever I change the lower thirds, in the like if I have OBS open when I do it, it always does some wild shit where it just messes up. Oh, actually, I see exactly what the problem is. Remember that thing I told you the Photoshop has been doing to me lately? Where, yeah, like I'll change something, but then like it'll go back and be like. I saw
it last week where the Blerd Cave was hiding something in the back there. I saw what you were talking about.
Yeah, or not just that. Like if I'm doing like a and yeah, I'm kind of multitasking here where I tell you all this, but yeah, like if I'm doing something where like I'm trying to save like I save one thing, and let's say I'm doing a variant of this thing I just saved. I'm just saving a different version of it. Sometimes it'll try and save it as the thing I saved it as before, and I don't like that. So basically, what I'm doing, I'm going back through Photoshop and just doing undo to get back to what I originally had, because it's just being it's being
that
dumb.
Man said, I heard Spawn was the Lord of Hell or something. Do you understand? I need you to like truly realize how far behind you were. I was still a youngin'.
Yeah, I'm saying Spawn's been the Lord of Hell for like 5 ever.
that was like a good 4 or 5 Batman Ninja Turtle crossovers ago, big time. Like,
yeah, no,
he's ways to go.
Yeah,
on your Spawn into. Ooh,
oh, wait, hold on, that was the wrong one. My bad. Here, let's go to there. It is.
Wolverine is set up to have a good year. He got the anniversary and movie. What movie?
Oh, talking about Deadpool 3.
That ain't this year.
No, but I mean, what you gonna do?
That scared the shit out of me. I'm like, wait, I didn't miss the Logan movie and got announced. What the hell? Where I been?
Hey, you never know sometimes.
He ain't lying.
But no, I would say, I would definitely say, yeah. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing.
Let's talk about Echo.
Let's talk about the
Echo.
So yes, we're gonna be talking about Echo. In case you could not tell, somehow, some way, I don't know. I could not help you there if I, whatever. But no. So this show is out. It's 5 episodes, of varying length. I will definitely say that this is probably the most different of any Disney Plus show that we have seen up to this point, and really largely just because of tone and focus. I know some people are going to focus very heavily on the blood, the violence. I think that was something you and I talked about when the show was originally announced. I think, let's see if I can. Yeah, I got it right here. This shot right here was the one that everybody was like fucking freaking out about when dude just blasted dude in the neck, like full frontal blood splatter.
To so many people, just this shot meant that Daredevil was gonna be good.
Right. They're like, oh yeah.
There's some random dude getting shot in the fucking neck. Oh, Daredevil's gonna be off the chain.
Yeah, random dude got blown off, and they're like, oh yeah, like stuff like this. Like everybody's like, oh yeah, man, they're finally showing the violence and the gore, and which, to be fair, I mean the violence is great. Yeah, I mean like as far as how it's depicted, the blood is, I mean, it's there. It's a thing. Personally, I don't really care about that sort of stuff. I don't need it for something to be great, but it was a nice touch. It was definitely a nice touch. I'm actually, if I seem like I'm stunned by something, I'm going back and looking at a lot of scenes from the original trailer, and I'm like, oh wow, I smooth forgot these shots were in here. Like some of the flashback stuff.
Gotcha.
But this show, it's visceral. Like, scenes like this where, Echo is getting ready to slam this dude's head into the concrete. Like, when she does it, you hear the crunch. Like, it's not like it's implied. It's not like when Cap hits someone with a shield and you hear that boom. It's like, no, it like you hear the in the hit as well.
You hear that bing when that metal foot hit a motherfucker in the face.
No, you definitely hear that. Look, that might not be. I don't know if that's vibranium she got on that leg now, but it definitely.
These are regular people. That ain't nothing but American steel. But that American steel to a regular face? That might as well be vibranium.
Well, no, you know what I was thinking about? You remember on Blue Eye Samurai when the blacksmith, when he would be, he's like, wait a minute. Could you imagine a Wakandan seeing that leg and doing like a little ding? Be like, no, this is not vibranium. This is American titanium.
That's fine, because these are regular. Yeah, that is not somebody from Wakanda. That is some regular white dude from Wisconsin. That steel is gonna hit.
Look, wait a minute.
It's gonna sting and it's gonna do damage.
It's look. She reintroducing folks to the box office flop, Real Steel.
Bro. This motherfucker here was not frozen nowhere.
Nope.
He wasn't found in the jungle. He had a nice family and then came over here from Connecticut. That still works wonders.
Oh yeah. Oh no, dude. Look, all it take is one kick. It takes one kick, especially when dude put that shit on the front. Oh no, it was over. It was over. But no, this show is okay. One thing I do want to say real quick about the show, and it's really the only, like, I only really have like 2 negative things to say about the show. Only 2.
Okay.
So I want to get that shit out of the way first, because I want to spend more time talking about what I enjoyed rather than talking about what I didn't like.
Okay.
I saw some people that were complaining about the pacing of the first 3 episodes. And while I don't agree with any of that criticism, I do agree with the criticism of the pacing of the first issue, or our first episode, rather, not first issue. Thinking about books. The first episode does kind of seem like just a bunch of random shit happening, but I get why it's that way, because basically Marvel is assuming you don't remember this character, and rather than just assume that you know what's going on, really the first episode is just a recap of everything you need to know about this character that came up in Hawkeye, with the exception of the first 2 opening scenes. Most everything happening in the first episode is kind of like, hey, just FYI, this is how we got here. And then, like, you get to the final the scenes after that. There's a really long stretch of the first episode where you're basically just recapping Hawkeye, more or less. Like, it's kind of giving you the high notes of Hawkeye, which I'm fine with. But it does the way it's not even so much the way. It's not even so much that they did it that I had a problem with. It was how it was executed, because it literally was just like, okay, boom, scene. It was like there was no breathing room. But honestly, if that's the worst I could say about it, then I think that's fine. The other thing that I would bring up as a criticism is, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like how the 5th episode went. Like, as far as, like, I don't know, it just, like, it got, I feel like, I don't want to say a motherfucker jumped the shark, but it was awfully goddamn close. But I can also, just like with the first criticism, I get why they went the direction they went with. It was actually something, as I was watching the show, I was talking to my wife about. And we'll save that for the spoiler territory. We'll come back around to that. But Carter, do you have any criticisms you want to get out of the way while we're in this criticism territory?
If people said that they couldn't finish.
Oh, pull your mic in closer.
I want to figure out a nice way to say. So if people, because I haven't looked online about what people are saying about the show, like, at all.
Yeah.
But if people say that they couldn't keep their attention, I feel like I know why. Just because I don't feel like this is going to. If you were somebody, you got to like episode 2, got like half of episode 3, and it's not really for me. That's fine. And I think one reason being, you know how they're going to be those people that they could be watching something on Netflix, watching something on Max, wherever the hell.
Yeah.
We are talking in complete English, but you got to have subtitles. You got to have subtitles on. For whatever reason, they talking English, you know English, you can completely understand it, but you got to have subtitles on. You have the way that we grew up with Kung Fu movies where it was you reading subtitles, or you are like the dubs, like the old school Kung Fu movies.
Yeah.
So you were having to focus on one or the other.
You killed my brother.
Exactly.
That.
So with this show, I feel like it's going to be a lot of people where they can't focus more so because they're gonna be trying to read the subtitles, but at the same time, they're gonna be looking at what she's saying, what she's signing.
Yes.
So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people that they can't keep up, and I also feel like there are several scenes in this where you're basically just reading the subtitles because no dialogue whatsoever. Why would there be in certain cases? Because
she can't talk.
She can't talk, and it's just a lot. It's just a lot of scenes of where if you looking down or you're doing something else,
you'll miss some shit.
You're going to miss a lot, and then you're going to be confused and things like that. So I think it's more so that I don't even know if that's a.
Well, you know what it is? It's because so I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you why this is an issue for a lot of people because I know there's I actually heard some criticisms people had on along those lines saying, well, why don't when people are talking around her, why don't they just talk? Because it is heavily implied in Hawkeye she can read lips. But it's a respect thing. It's a respect thing. Like all the people Echo surrounds herself with genuinely care about her as a person, so they're not going to make her they're not going to make her have to adapt to to them. They're going to adapt to her in turn. So it was one of those deals where like, and I'll even to add on what you were saying, you're talking about like if you look away. So my wife, I've talked about this before, like the reason why we don't watch a lot of things with subtitles in them, which is why I was so surprised how much she loved Godzilla -1, was because she just doesn't do well with them. She has a dyslexia, so like it's kind of like reading subtitles is just difficult for her. It's hard, and she has ADHD, so it's one of those things where she's just kind of like it's too much for her to try and keep up with. Like, she even admitted that when we were watching the show, she was like, I'm not going to lie. It's like, it's kind of hard for me to follow, but I'm enjoying it so much that I'm just soldiering through it. And that when we were watching What If, the Cohorty episode, which is almost entirely subtitles for a good chunk of it, she said she had a really hard time following that one just because it was more fast-paced. Which I would admit, the subtitles in that one, they were moving a lot faster, but it's because it was a much shorter show. But like she was just kind of doing a comparison between the two and was just talking about how like she said she tried a bit harder with Echo because she was enjoying it. Not saying that she didn't like What If, she did love the episode, but like she was more engaged with Echo. But yeah, I can see where some people if you have some kind of like a learning disability or like any kind of like, I don't know, anything that would make it more difficult, I would totally get why some people would feel that way. But if you're just one of those motherfuckers that you just always on your fucking phone, I have no sympathy for you.
So real quick, the next two I have for sure, they're two quick ones. I'm with you. That last episode was and that's all I'll say about that until we get into spoiler territory. The other thing I would say, and I know a lot of people are going to just have a fit when I say this. Some of the action scenes were, to me, a little bit over stylized, and the reason I say that is just because you brought up visceral. Oh, yeah. And that was something that a lot of people liked with Daredevil, with Punisher, with... Well, no, I'm not even going to say that one because it's more so Daredevil and Punisher.
Keep your mic close.
Well, no,
I said it because like you.
No, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. So
you drop from yellow to green.
With this show, you could tell that it was more so we're Disney Plus now. We have money now. We finna put a big bag on it, opposed to the Netflix stuff where it was a little bit. I would say less, but they were able to use that less to give us a visceral.
Yeah,
like you were saying. So,
oh yeah, no, because I'm gonna tell you right now, when you see that face, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
When you see,
so yeah, I would say for sure.
It's over.
Because here's the thing, and this I say that people are probably going to give me a little bit of shit. Is just because that Daredevil fight, I think, was one of the ones that was a little bit over stylized. Just compared to
it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
so,
a little bit. Well, I know why they did it though. They did it because they wanted. Okay, that shot was a statement of intent.
Mm-hmm.
That shot was a statement of intent. They were like, "Hey, look, y'all. You know what that was? That was for the She-Hulk haters. That was for the She-Hulk haters. I think because the folks that were like, "Oh man, Daredevil wasn't even about nothing in that episode," and it was like, "No, he was about something." But they're like, "All right, cool. You want Daredevil? Here comes Daredevil." That's basically what that was. So I don't know.
Yeah, that'd really be the only three for sure for me.
Mm.
Nothing too damning.
No, not like, and I don't want people to understand this. Like we're just trying to get through the criticism so we can talk about the shit that really matters. Because personally, I don't have any real major beef with the show. I thought, like, I was, you know what? I'll even refer to some text messages I had with a friend of the channel, Antoine Ghost Mitchell, guy who is usually in the chat. He's been on the show before and talked with us about his comics, Sankofa's Embrace. We were actually talking last night via text message about the show, and I was talking about how one of the things that I personally love about this show was the emphasis on community. Okay. Let me pull the wool back a little bit. I'm gonna say something that might get me in trouble, but it'll be okay. I'm a huge fan of the show Reservation Dogs. I think I've actually talked about it on the show before.
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of the
talked
show.
about it here before. Yeah.
What I probably have not talked about though is that I have okay, let me just put this out here. Full disclosure. I have, as far as I know, I have no Native American ancestry in me whatsoever that I am aware of.
Yeah. And
if there is any, it's probably so far back that none of it touched me. Mm-hmm. So let me put it that way. But I have always had I don't want to use the term fascination because it makes it sound, to me, it makes it sound problematic. But I've always had a deep respect and love of Native American culture. I don't know, there's something about like the way that other people become fascinated with Japanese culture or stuff like that.
You have a deep interest in it.
Yeah, very, very deep interest. And so when I get to see our indigenous actors getting an opportunity to showcase themselves in ways that we normally don't get to see in popular media, that shit does something for me. I don't know what it touches my heart in ways that I can't describe. And to be fair, I feel that way anytime. Like I felt that same way for Kamala Khan on the Miss Marvel show. I was like, man, it touched my heart to be able to see Pakistani people, Muslim people see themselves represented on even though it's a small screen, but in such a way. Like when I went to go see Blue Beetle, it touched my heart. Like I can't tell you how many times I kind of teared up a little bit because you've seen our Latin brothers and sisters and MBs being represented in some kind of a way on the big screen. So when I saw this, so case in point, going back to Reservation Dogs, and there's a point here because there are a lot of actors from Reservation Dogs who show up in this show. But maybe one of the chief ones being a Laura Dannon. We got a Laura Dannon in here. Echo's father is played by Zan McLaren, who is Crazy Horse in the Hawkeye series and also on this as well, but plays Big on Reservation Dogs. There's a lot, like there were so many. Hell, when they had the ancestral cousin was in that motherfucker, and he was mostly there for comic relief and maybe a little heartwarmingness and stuff like that. But when I saw stuff like that, no, the other one. There is Biscuits.
Gotcha.
I'm talking about the dude who was in the
one that ran the skate rink.
No, so remember in the 5th episode, he actually showed up in an earlier episode, but the guy who was in the 5th episode who was emceeing the powwow, that guy. He was the ancient native warrior who was always coming to Bear and talking to him.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, every time I saw him, I wanted to crack up because that dude was so fucking funny on that show. But what I'm saying is that seeing Native American people, seeing our Native brothers and sisters out here, what tube dude, yay shit. Yay shit. He's woke. He's woke. Yes, I am. But no, I loved to see that. So yeah, seeing how Echo's family, her community embraced her, wrapped themselves around her. Even though technically there were some moments where there were some characters, you could tell there was, I don't want to say beef, but like there was some stuff that was going on there that like they needed to work out. And I loved seeing that level of community. I love seeing that type of love. And I'm not gonna lie, first episode really fucked me up in the beginning because the opening of the show is so heartbreaking. Well, I say opening. Technically, the opening of the show is a retelling of, I believe it's the creation story of the Choctaw. Which I'm not gonna lie, that scene kind of threw me for a loop because I didn't know where the fuck they were going at first. I was like, oh shit, they about to do some fucking cosmic shit with this stuff, ain't they? They about to do some, they about to tie Echo into the cosmic, into the Guardians of the goddamn galaxy. Lord have, and then like the more they kept going, the more I started to be like, oh, that's where they're going. Okay, never mind. Let me shut the fuck up. And it was LP3 just said something too that kind of hit for me as well. Talking about a show you and I have talked about before, Banshee.
Yeah, I just started rewatching it. Yeah, I
need to rewatch it because it's been a minute. But yeah, M3SSR he was busy watching a libertarian crying about the scumbag civil war he's in. Lord, stop. They'll be all right.
I don't want to take you away from your point, but I have to ask this because I've never asked you this because I know just how hard you will laugh at me for asking you this. Reservation Dogs.
Yes.
Was it purposefully like making mention of Reservoir Dogs?
Okay, so yes and no. That is actually a term I've heard Native American people use.
Okay.
In regards to either, because it's actually, and I don't know, you may have missed it, but Echo's grandmother calls her grandfather that. She calls him a res dog. She calls him an old res dog. So I mean, it's a term that actually exists in Native American culture. But I will say it is also on purpose because the very first episode of Reservation Dogs, they literally recreate the scene from Reservoir Dogs where all the characters are walking in slow motion in their suits.
Yeah,
they recreate that scene in the first episode. So yeah.
Okay,
but yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing I've heard thrown around. Yeah, it is a real actual thing. Just in case anyone was wondering,
I would have hated if Echo tried to go the cosmic route just because. Okay, we got another character that's fighting that's going looks like a cosmic route that. After this show, we will probably never
address again.
Well, we can put you on the board right next to Shang-Chi, huh?
Well, I mean, to be fair to Shang-Chi, they're just taking their sweet ass time with that. It's they are developing it, but I feel like it's also one of those things where the sheer nature of how much content the MCU pumps out, and then of course how much they were trying to push and how much they're now pulling back. Yeah, it might be a while for you see any follow-up to that. I feel like also Shang-Chi was in service of setting up something I don't think people are prepared for anyway. That being Fin Fang Foom, but that's another story altogether. I don't think casual audiences are ready to see a big ass fucking dragon.
Especially if it's from the CM Punk run where it's big ass dragon wearing overalls.
Ooh man, bruh. I still trip. Did you ever finish that Guardians of the Galaxy game?
No.
Okay.
He's in that game?
Yes.
Word?
Yes, he is in the game.
Okay.
There's actually a point where Drax is talking about him, and he's like,
okay, I've gotten that far where he brings him up.
Yeah, there's a part where like he's like sometimes he even wears purple pants. But yeah, Fin Fang Foom is in the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Cold. I got mad because I tried to replay it recently and somehow Steam just did not cloud save my save. So I got to start the whole game over. So I just got mad and uninstalled.
Damn.
That was why I streamed the Avengers on Twitch when I streamed that Black Panther expansion because I was salty I couldn't play Guardians.
Oh, damn. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back a little bit. Where did that go? Oh, you know what? I will apologize for this. I didn't change the title because I didn't change the title. That's why. And
no, woke, we're not saying that they implied Fin Fang Foom and Echo. We were talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy video game. That's what we were talking about just now.
Well, that and like when I said Fin Fang Foom in reference to the MCU, I was talking about how Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings was setting up Fin Fang Foom, because if you go back to the post-credit of Shang-Chi, when they bring up that the rings are signaling to something, they said it was signaling to something big. Well, that was Fin Fang Foom because the rings belong to him. So... Or rather, not so much him specifically, but they belong to his species. That's why they're so big. And why they should be big in the comics, but aren't. But that's another... I tell you what, go watch my video for Invincible Iron Man number 13. I actually talk about it in there. What I am going to do real quick is I'm actually going to go fix the title for the what's his face over on this side. I apologize. You know, like I said, I always know I'm forgetting something, but then, you know, there you go. That's the thing. It happens. So here we go. Let's the other thing, I gushed about the community and the representation. So getting back to the story, once again, the story is just so visceral. The connection between Kingpin and Echo in this is it is fantastic. Like, I love the setup for this. Like, this is the same thing we saw from the trailers, but it goes even deeper than that. But like, you know, he's watching Echo try to, like, you know, get some ice cream, and dude's being an asshole and whatnot, and doing the shit that, you know, chuds do to people who are disabled in some way. And like you can tell, like, it's one of the, you know what it is? It's like a toxic familial relationship. I mean, that's the only way you can describe it. But like, you can tell he genuinely loves like that love that was showcased in Hawkeye. You know that love is there. You now know why that love is there. But at the same time, it's the Kingpin. And, you know, sometimes while people, it's like I always say, you know, no villain should ever be just 100% completely irredeemable or lack, you know, normal human qualities. But at the same time, they will likely showcase those qualities in very weird ways. Like a person like the Kingpin, who is a whole bad guy. It's not that he lacks the capacity to love someone else or care about someone else, but he's going to do it in a way that's probably very Kingpin. And, you know, we've seen this in the comics with how he would treat Vanessa back in the day, or
she was out on the show with how he was. With
yeah,
Vanessa.
yeah, like
On
I mean,
Daredevil. I mean,
oh yeah, on the Netflix version of Daredevil, which is canon. This is all canon, but I like the way that was depicted. And while he's not the most major part, I mean, he is in the show. He's not the most major part of it. But when he does show up, he is large and in charge. And I mean that both figuratively and literally. How'd you feel about the this is something that we haven't talked about. How'd you feel about Alaqua Cox's performance overall as Echo, like in this? I mean, we've already seen her portray the character in Hawkeye. She was good there, but like now that she's having to carry an entire show, how'd you feel about her performance?
I think I enjoyed the performance. I think she was able to emanate very, very well. Just in certain aspects.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know how to say this without hurting some feelings. But for what she was able to do,
right,
I think she did it well. But with a lot of it, I just felt like I feel like it's hard to judge because you're really just you're doing sign language. So I think it's really hard to say it to where you don't come off a certain way.
Well, no, I tell you what, I'll give you my opinion on it, and we'll see if we line up.
Okay.
I felt she did a great job. She, well, and honestly, I kind of feel like because she wasn't performing, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I felt like she wasn't performing. She was being who she knows how to be, at least in terms of you getting her point across as a deaf person. Like she, which I will say this, there was a nice touch, and some people may notice it, some people may not. I loved how there were, and this kind of talks about the characters around her, but how like when she did speak, when she was using ASL to communicate with other people, she would do like how real life deaf people and even people who just sign who aren't deaf, how sometimes they'll kind of like mouth out the things they say and kind of almost whisper them. But also there were characters who sometimes they would do that and sometimes they would just talk while they did it. I thought that was a nice touch because that's kind of a nice blend of how a lot of people use ASL. And I thought that she did a good job. Like, because there were moments where like that bravado, that kind of I don't even know if you use this term in regards to women, but like that kind of machismo that you usually see that's associated with like male characters. She had that. Like she had,
she
it
had
was
that
earned.
ego. She had that ego, and she was about her business. So like that's what I mean when I say like she was basically able to emanate very well. Yeah, and you were able to tell how she felt about certain things when people wanted her to speak with her grandmother, and how she was basically on some like fuck out of here, like no, no, and,
that was beautiful. So, that was a beautiful scene too. Yeah.
You could read what she was trying to get across. When she was having the back and forth at the skating ring with people and how she didn't want to go see her home girl. Like she was able, all of that, you could feel it, even if you don't know sign language. And even if you were having to kind of focus on subtitles and have to see what she was signing, she was able to do that really, really, really well. Yeah.
Yeah. Like even
There's
like the look on her
she
face.
got the fucking role, man. Like,
right. Well, and
come on.
Because I'm going to tell you, I'll be brutally honest with you. Marvel could have, because, okay, for those who are unfamiliar with Echo in the comics, Echo, she's like, man, I don't want to say this and sound fucked up, but to me in the comics, Echo is kind of like deaf light. And I say that because while technically she is deaf, they make it very clear she talks, and it's even kind of implied she talks pretty much no differently than anyone else would who is not deaf, is kind of how it's typically thrown around. At least is the way I've always kind of understood it. And Marvel, if they really wanted to, they could have just as easily gone the route of, oh yeah, we're just gonna hire like a regular, degular person who is not deaf whatsoever, and we'll just have them talk normally, just like how Echo is perceived to talk in the comics, but we'll still have her like, do ASL sometimes, whatever. They could have just as easily done that, and honestly, I think it would have been the worst decision ever, because they would have missed out on something, because the nuance of the performance here that she is giving, I feel, would not have gotten across the same way. She is able to do more with her facial expressions when she is just looking at someone than a lot of actors, like seasoned actors I've seen, can do. And I'm glad that they didn't, shortchange, the role in that regard, because I think if this was like 10, 15, maybe 20 years ago, they probably would have done everything I just said. But like, I'm glad that it's happening now so that it can be treated with a bit more respect.
Ledex one just put in the chat that the actress playing Echo, he's talking about Alako Cox, is very expressive with her emo.
Yes.
Which, there were some instances. That is absolutely true.
Yes.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah. It was, so she is, and I want to be fair to her on this too, because I want to put some respect on her name. This is her, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was her, not this, but her performance on Hawkeye, I believe, was her first time ever acting.
Okay.
And she did a fucking fantastic job. And I love, like, when I go back and look at like interviews and behind the scenes stuff, and everyone just talking about like, oh my god, like even during Hawkeye they were doing like oh my god, like she is just like, boom, like she just takes to this, and she's just like bam, 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 and everything that she does, she just throws in 110. Like, it's just repeating a lot of shit that I said when talking about her performance in Hawkeye, but yeah. I like, one of my favorite movies that came out last year has nothing to do with this, but at least in terms of what it is. But I remember seeing so many people gush about this movie too, talking about how I'm talking about the movie No One Will Save You, by the way. It's a horror movie, a sci-fi horror movie, where it's a mostly silent movie. Oh, okay. Yeah. Remember the little girl from Justified? The girl that was selling weed?
No.
Okay, never. Well, she was from like the second season where like they had where there was, remember the lady out in the backwoods that was selling weed, and like she killed old little girls.
Okay,
dad,
I got you now. With that context, I got you now. Okay. Because she was in several episodes with Raylan. Okay.
Matter of fact, she's gonna be playing Abby in The Last of Us season 2. But I forget the woman's name, but but that's not the important part right now. Her performance in the movie is that she carried an entire movie, and she only says like maybe 1 or 2 sentences the whole movie. The rest of the movie, no one talks. She is the only character who says anything at all the entire fucking film. And I remember seeing so many people gush about that movie, and yet I see some people complain about this show like they can't adapt in the same way. And there's way more dialogue in this show versus that movie. So yeah, the point I'm trying to make here is that she did such a good job. And I think as good a job, similarly as the young lady in No One Will Save You, that, yeah, without saying a single word, without having to say a single word, other than, signing, this woman was able to convey so many ranges of emotion, was able to convey, what is it, wrestling terminology? She was able to get sympathy. She was able to get empathy from, the audience, at least me. She was able to, she was the baby face. She was the baby face of the show, as she needed to be. And yeah, fantastic. Like I said, other than that last episode, and once again, that's not even talking shit about anyone's performance in that either, but just, the last episode was just kind of all over the place for me. Here, I want to go back a little bit because we got some super chats here that I want to make sure we do not lose.
Okay.
Gokon Shuri's baby's father with the $2 says, just want to drop a little something in the plate. Got to run. Hey, we appreciate you, pimp. Thank you for that. We also got Lavessa the Samurai with the $10 says, y'all think we will see Echo again, or is she going to be like Moon Knight? Plus, how you going to be mean to a girl with a missing leg, Ice Cream Man? I'm glad I'm glad Kingpin put them hands on him when Mike came to get him. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't expecting that. When that happened. But yeah, here's the thing, man, Moon Knight is in such a weird place, and I hope Echo doesn't go the same way. But I think it would be a disservice to the character and what they did with the show. It'd be a grave disservice, I think, in my opinion.
You know what? That that actually goes to another. I got another criticism just off.
Oh shit! Go ahead, shoot.
Just off reading that. Episode 5 is a criticism, as well as for everyone who don't know, I'm not going to spoil what it is, but there's an after credit scene in this.
Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah.
Where
we'll talk about it in a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually, I would say that as well, because we really don't know what's going to happen with Echo, and that was an opportunity to do it, and you didn't.
They use it. You know what? Honestly, I feel like Echo had such a well, I say solid ending. Not the episode itself, but just like where they leave Echo at the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's fine. The stuff with the stuff they show in the after credits, I was fine with. Because it did the thing I feel like you're kind of supposed to do. You're setting up the next thing. Which, you know, to be fair, is Daredevil. Yeah. But I totally get where you're coming from with it. We got one here. This is Barrington Edwards here with the $20 says, "What's good, brothers? Hey. Most of my sisters and much of my family is deaf or hard of hearing. I've taught deaf and hard of hearing students for decades. Lockwood Cox really crushed it for her first time, and Marvel did it justice." Yeah, no, like I said, it says a lot when a person can come in fresh off the street. Yeah, you've never seen not hide nor hair of a soundstage acting anything of that magnitude, and you come in and just crush it.
And that's why I like, just coming from a personal standpoint, I think that's why my sister is really excited to watch this, because that's what she does. She's an interpreter. She's basically if we could take the murder out of the equation, she would be, that's who Kingpin would hire my sister to do what she did in the show. She was the translator, she was the interpreter, she's the teacher. Because I think that she's actually watching it. She's gonna watch the show with her class, because she's a deaf teacher as well. So I know she was really excited to see this, because from the stuff that I showed her of it, because she had forgotten it had dropped. Everything she doing is A1. I'm like, okay, bet, I heard that. So yeah, there's a lot of people. So it's good from that representation aspect. So that's really cool. That's really cool.
I would say, this is actually interesting too, because a lot of people forget about this. Daddy Kaiju said, technically Blind Spot is also in the MCU already. This is true. For going back to, I'm trying to remember which show it was, because I don't remember it being Daredevil. I think it might have been Iron Fist that he showed up in. Yeah, there was a character, I think, that was either in, I want to say it was in Iron Fist. It wasn't in Luke Cage, or I don't think it was in Luke Cage. And it wasn't in Daredevil. Iron Fist
season 2.
Yeah, season 2. There you go. Bam. My man. So that's what I thought. Okay, so like Iron Fist is the one that I have the least memory of. So yeah, that makes sense. Let's you know what? let's do some quick spoilers. Quick spoiler discussion. One thing so real quick, just before we do the thing, I do want to make sure people know that we are about to talk about spoilers. So if you have not seen the show, you have not watched it yet, and you don't want to be spoiled, then here is your warning right now that we are about to go all in on spoilers for this. So this is going to be oh, wait a minute, hold up. That is why I didn't do it. Okay, cool. Good to know. This is the one I did not change. Okay, so there it is. We're going into spoiler territory, y'all. We're in the end game now.
Yep. If we can go back to B real quick, the reason I had a criticism that just popped into my head was because of the after credit scene for the show. Because to me, I felt like, all right, what's going to happen with Echo now? What's the future gonna look like for her? We don't know, because they showed us Kingpin watching the blaze, and now he's thinking about becoming mayor. And before anyone brings up Devil's Reign, shut your face.
I wasn't going to bring up Devil's Reign. I was going to bring up Mayor Fisk.
No, because I saw hella folks bringing up Devil's Reign. I saw somebody bring it up in the chat, and I've seen hella people bring it up on Twitter. Now, even though Devil's Reign would be cool, because that would then confirm that hopefully that would mean that Luke Cage is getting brought back, and it's going to be a better quality show than where it left off on. But yes, they're setting up Mayor Fisk, which is cool, but I would have really liked to have known what was going to happen with her as opposed to Fisk. We know Fisk is always going to be there. I think we know how that man gets down. So that's why I had my complaint for that. I feel like I think that should have been Echo's spot as opposed to Fisk's.
Yeah. I mean, I totally get where you're coming from. When I saw it, this was what I thought of. I thought about this. I literally thought about this shot from I think this was Charles Soule's run on Daredevil. This is literally what I thought about. I was like, they're gonna adapt the Mayor Fisk arc, and I wonder if they're gonna adapt it in so much as Daredevil becomes mayor after the fact.
Now I want to ask you
because go ahead, shoot.
No, but please finish your thought, and then I'm gonna ask you.
Oh, okay. No, I was thinking that because that's actually one of my favorite parts of Charles Soule's run, is that when all that's going on, when the whole thing with Kingpin happens, all that shit, and basically Kingpin is incapacitated. He's incapacitated at the end of the Mayor Fisk story arc. And then literally the very next thing is because of some shit that got put into play, behind the scenes, Matt Murdock is now the mayor of New York. I was like, dude, how baller would that be if we got to Daredevil Born Again and they're doing the whole thing, Fisk becomes mayor, they play that whole thing out, and then by the end of the season, Matt Murdock is the head devil in charge. I would eat that shit up. I would eat that shit up.
Oh man, head devil in charge. I thought you were gonna say head of the table.
Oh, I mean, head of the table too. Head of the table too.
Let me ask you this: since we are in spoiler territory.
Oh yeah.
Let's get to this. Let's get to episode 5.
Yes, yeah. Let's talk about it.
Where Echo, Grandmama, homegirl Bonnie are using the blood of the Choctaw and Turok to put hands on everybody. Now, the reason I want to ask you this,
yes,
because I'm wondering.
Go ahead, shoot.
did that scene of not only Echo getting the recent damage buff, grandmama getting it, homegirl getting it, did that scene fall flat to you since we have already seen the friends and family dynamic come together and whoop ass in Blue Beetle? We didn't already seen it. Echo just came a little bit too late.
I mean, okay, so I'm gonna tell you what. So you know what? It didn't fall flat so much as it just came off weird. Okay, so let me give you some background for those that did not watch the show, but you're still hearing spoilers anyway, because I never want to assume. But they have done something different with Echo. So for those, okay, so in the comics, Echo has, what's the best way to put it? She is a character whose ability is honestly not that dissimilar from characters like Taskmaster. For lack of a better way to put it, if she watches someone do something, she can do it too. Hence why her name is Echo. If she watches, like, I think that was one of the things from the comics where she talked about how she grew up watching Mike Tyson and Bruce Lee. And that was how she learned how to fight. Like because she watched those movies, she was able to replicate their fighting capabilities. It's the reason why she was able to play all the instruments. She's able to play all the dancing and ballet and everything.
Oh man, what did I just think about that?
What was up?
You remember the sister from Heroes that could do that, and then they went nowhere with that character? I just thought about that and just got real mad.
Yeah. That was the thing. That was Anyway, no, she that's her power. But here's the problem. We already have a character in the MCU now who can do the same goddamn thing. And well, personally, I don't have any beef with I don't have any beef with there being, characters in the MCU who have the same power as another person or whoever the fuck. I personally do not care. But I kind of get why Marvel went the direction they did, because I kind of feel like it's almost the same reason they did what they did to Miss Marvel. Because like if you have something on the horizon where you're gonna have characters that have like eerily similar powers, you're probably gonna want to mix them up a little bit so it's not too samey. Granted, it also doesn't help that the version of the character of Taskmaster that's in the MCU is also a woman. So basically you would literally have two women with the exact same fucking ability. Which, okay, whatever. I can use that to rationalize why they went the direction they did. So what they did was they went in a whole other area. So Echo's whole thing is that it's not that she can watch someone do something and repeat the same thing, is that she can recall the gifts and abilities of her ancestors and to allow her to be able to affect roughly the same thing. Which, I mean, to be fair, tying it more into her culture, I'll ride with it. Now, when she started getting the glowing hands and all the other stuff, I don't know. Yeah, hey, I got nothing there. I got nothing for you there.
Hey, if a white man could get Iron Fist, then by God, that woman can get the indigenous fist as well.
You know what I just thought about? You know what you just reminded me of? You know what you just reminded me? I don't even know if you even intended to do it or not. You remember what was it in the Iron Fist TV show? on Netflix how they wrapped up that final season, where they had old girl Jessica I think is it Jessica Henwick? I think it's Jessica Henwick. They had her get the Iron Fist at the end of the show. And that's, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of the for those who don't know what I'm talking about, it was basically this shit right here. Where she had the Iron Fist, and I think Danny,
she put it in a sword.
Yeah, she channeled that motherfucker through the sword. But remember, Danny had the blickies. Danny had the 2 blickies.
I didn't watch Iron Fist like that. So can you pull that picture up with her with this goddamn? So she didn't put the Iron Fist in a sword. Is what you telling me? She
figured out how to channel it into the sword, basically, more or less.
So this bitch's Trunks channeling a spirit bomb into his sword to kill Zamasu. That's what you telling me.
Basically. But this right, wait, hold on. Yeah, here, there we go. But this right here is what sent me. This is what sent me, because Danny still had the Iron Fist, but he was channeling that motherfucker through bullets.
I get that that's from the Fraction run.
It is, yeah, no.
That looks so nasty.
Yeah, for those who don't know what we're talking about, like, it's this right here. Right here.
This motherfucker said the Iron Burner. Get out. Get out.
I'm the Iron Burner of Kunlun. Oh, motherfucker, goddamn. Oh,
yeah,
my
I
God.
didn't mind Echo getting the. I didn't mind her getting the indigenous fist. I didn't mind it at all.
No. I didn't either. I didn't either. Personally, I didn't care. I thought it was fine. It's just that, like someone said earlier, there's been a lot of dumb shit in comics, so I'm willing to go with stuff. Like I was telling somebody the other day when I was talking about the Madam Web movie. A lot of y'all might be too young to remember some of the bad comic book movies we got in the early 90s, late 80s. But I'm old enough to remember was it 1989? Or was it 1990? Captain America movie. Which was so fucking awful. It was so bad. It was so bad, in fact, that I think it kind of ruined the good name of Marvel for a slick bit. What?
Only way I've seen that movie is because I remember them randomly showing it on Sci-Fi one Saturday.
Yeah, it was the old Matt Salinger joint. It was the one where, you know how ugly it was. The motherfucking ears on the costume were rubber.
I remember the shield. You could tell.
Oh, that shit was plastic as hell.
Blatantly plastic. But you look at the movies now, and
look at that ear, Carter.
God, those ears, bro.
Look at that ear. They couldn't make it where his ear came out the costume. They just said, "No, we're gonna put some rubber ears on this motherfucker." No.
Didn't that movie get a sequel or something?
Probably.
But the reason I remember it on Sci-Fi was because you could tell that shield was blatantly plastic. But
oh no, right here, bam! Look at that shit.
Oh,
look at that shit.
It's even chipped in the blue circle. Like, look
Bruh,
at bro.
Come on.
Look at the Winter Soldier, dude.
Wait a minute.
Florida City Cap. You ain't lying, boy.
Bruh. Stop.
That is some real started from the bottom. Now we're here. We get, dog. Can you imagine? You look at Winter Soldier right now. Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Yep.
So this movie right here, where he got worked, not by humans. I remember this scene because this is when I immediately changed the channel. That boy was getting worked by dogs with the shield in his hand.
The shield. Yeah, he was stealing people's cars. Yes, he was. He was stealing folks' cars in the movie. That man said vibranium Play-Doh. Dude, I'm sorry. This movie is bad. This movie is bad in every way conceivably possible. Like, there is nothing good about the Matt Salinger Captain America. I'm sorry. It ain't. It just ain't. Oh, by the way, do you remember the villain of that movie, Carter?
No, I didn't finish. I changed the channel when he was getting work.
Now, I want you to keep in mind something. He only looks like this for like 2 minutes in the movie. The rest of the movie, that motherfucker has a normal ass face with some scars in it. That's it. Yeah. So yeah, that is yeah. Yep. That is a movie that happened. Yeah, look, you know what? There's only one good thing that came out of that movie, Carter. You know what it is?
What?
It was the there was a little ugly ass thumbs up that motherfucker did that I actually find kind of fucking hilarious. This shit right here. This is about the only good thing that came about that motherfucker. Because I love using it for memes.
Ears. You can really look at them ears.
Look at it. Look how this looked like a Party City mask. Like not the mask, but just the ear right there. Look at that shit. Look at that nasty shit. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Yeah. 5th episode. Woo! Yeah, no. But everything else, great.
Let me tell you something, Doc. When I saw that her hands lit up, when I saw that the indigenous fist pal was coming, then you saw that little Dreamcast symbol, I knew somebody was about to get worked.
Oh yeah, no. When I saw,
I just didn't expect all 3 of them to get the DLC buff. I didn't expect.
I didn't expect that either. I did not. I didn't expect
all 3. I didn't expect Mario to touch the star, and then Yoshi and Peach got the power as well. Right. So now we all finna run through the stage invincible as hell.
You know what you know what I actually want to do? I actually want to go back and rewatch that 5th episode, and when that scene come up, play the invincible star like because I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. I guarantee you it probably goes, especially if you do like the one from the you saw the Mario movie, right?
No.
Okay. I don't want to spoil it for you then. But basically, if they play that version, I would be very, very pleased with that. Dude, why are folks spamming me? Oh my God, going somewhere. Anyway. Here, actually, I kind of want to save that. We're gonna backtrack save that. There you go. That was a nice little segment. I need to remember to do that more often. Let's see here. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into some of our other stuff. Let's get into some of our other stuff here.
Well, we can get into the super chat we got.
Yeah, we got some super chats.
Legion.
Yes, we do. Actually, we got some super chats we need to go back to, but we're gonna hit Legion first since he's right here.
Damn, did I miss him too?
Yeah, there was one earlier that I think I missed from Elite X.
Oh yeah, it's not on mine as well. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going back to grab it. Well, so here's the thing. Here's something I have to get used to. This is actually more on me than it is on anyone else. I'm using a new plugin that allows me to pull chat from both Twitch and YouTube and put them together in one place so I can see all of it and then highlight each individual chat. But the problem with it is that sometimes, especially if chat's moving fast, I lose stuff more often. So I apologize for that. But I'm going back up. Go ahead and read that super chat. And
from the boy Legion, he is giving us $9.99 saying, as an indigenous person from the Navajo tribe, respect. Woo! I'm glad to.
What? I just said woo. I didn't even say like what. I somehow broke Carter.
I'm glad to see my people's culture being represented. Thank you for that.
I'd have fucked Carter up for the rest of the day. But no, Elite X1 said, this is from earlier. It was about, we were talking about Kingpin. Said, what was catch hands from Kingpin or Mike Tyson in a fight? Neither. I don't want either one of them. I don't want
because Kingpin will kill you. I will never forget. This is when I knew, okay, I was not expecting that this was going to be the show I was watching. When Kingpin decapitated that one dude that made him mad.
Oh, yeah. Derek, that was episode 3 or 4 of Daredevil?
That's when I was like, okay, this was not what I was expecting from Marvel. But yeah, Mike Tyson, I would just get dropped. Evander Holyfield and them still walking around, chilling to this day. I would take Tyson every day of the week.
I don't know, man. Did Holyfield, man? He's got one less ear for his trouble.
Do you know that apparently they're selling those as edibles?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay,
I kind of want some.
We got a 5 from Gokon Sure His Baby's father because I'm gonna ignore the nastiness you just said. I forgot to say this reset happens all the time in comics. I repeat. Okay, repeat after me. All the time. Y'all be fine, X-Men fans. See, fuck you. I don't want to go back to the mansion.
That's all I was telling folks on Twitter the other day.
We also got another 5 from Jamal Simmons saying, hey, Blerd and Carter, remember the old Punisher movie and Howard the Duck back in the late 1980s?
Yep.
Along with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. So yes, I remember the old Punisher movie with Dolph Lundgren. I also remember Howard the Duck because that was the woman that was the mom from Back to the Future. I think Leah Thompson. Yeah, she would catch it.
Oh yeah,
Leah Thompson
to this day
catch it back in. Really, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen her recently, but back in the day, yeah.
Oh, did you know she's actually she's Marvel Comics canon?
Because of the Howard the Duck movie?
Because
they just made everything canon?
No, because of the comic.
The
comic,
the one that Chip did.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, because he put her in the. He put her in the Leah Thompson. Yeah, no, she can still get it. She can still get it. I mean, you know. She actually
went and looked her up to confirm. Thank you.
Yeah, no. She can still get it. She can still get it. She still got it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. She's aged like a fine. She's aged like a fine wine. I'll take it.
Thank you, Roy Bot, for gifting a Blerd Without Fear membership. Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. Also, how was your birthday? Meant to ask.
Mine was great. It was in December though.
No.
Oh, you were talking to him. My bad.
Hey, I was talking to him. But yeah. Getting back to it. Let's get into some of our next things. We got some more stuff to talk about. And that is, speaking of Ninja Turtles, that was very, very on brand. The Ninja Turtles are celebrating their upcoming 150th issue. Yes, sir. Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all these characters.
Krang looks so nasty over there.
Oh yeah, dude. Look at it. Look, he's eating sushi over there. Look at him. He's eating sushi. Look at him. Look. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Look at these two motherfuckers down here with the sub sandwich, though. These two motherfuckers, Roxanne and Bebop down here with the sub sandwich. Get out my face with that. But also, I love all this rep that is in here. There's characters here people don't even realize are characters.
You know what? Carlos Johnson, I respect that. I will take that. He's saying that nobody wants to go back to school after being on summer vacation. Basically saying Krakoa is summer vacation. I respect that. You know what? That's what I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I will take that on the chin. I will take that.
That is true. That, you know what? Wait. I see nothing wrong. What's up?
You gotta give me a refresher. Why are there 2 Krangs right now?
Okay, so there were other Utrams that were there are other Utrams who were introduced later in the series.
Gotcha. And top right, this is probably gonna be the first and last time we will ever see something close to a smile on old Hob. Look on top right.
Yeah, like right up here.
We ain't gonna never see that motherfucker smile like that ever again.
No, Hob is not. Also, I want to give some respect. They actually got both Jenica and Venus de Milo in here as well. So that's, and Alopex out here just chilling. Also got Got Angel over here chilling. Oh, where is my boy in here? Let me see if my boy's in here. I don't know if the good doc. Yep, the good doctor over here. Well, it was Doctor. I always feel like I'm gonna fuck his name up, like Dr. Lilia, something like that. But yeah, look at my boy over here just chilling. Got his wife next to him, and Slash over here chilling.
I like when they do covers like this though, with any kind of comic. Elite X1 saying they did a similar cover for IDW's Ghostbuster with everyone who became a Ghostbuster, because what a lot of you all don't know, I'm fairly certain that the movie that no one fucking likes, that's canon. The video game is canon. That rookie that you play with in the video game is canon. I forgot his name though, but he's been in several comics and stuff.
Oh,
like that
yeah.
So that's.
I'm not gonna lie. It took me a minute to figure out. I was like, "What do you mean? Which movie they didn't like?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, never mind."
I cannot remember any of those actresses' names right now for the life of me.
Leslie Jones, Kristen Wiig.
That's what it was. Because I kept wanting to say Cheetah because I could not remember her name like at all. But yeah, all those Ghostbusters are canon. So it's cool to see that they were on a cover. Everybody was on a cover like that. I want to see that cover now. But this cover right here, let's keep it with the turtles.
Oh yeah,
I like this.
Dude.
There's a lot of characters I have forgotten about that are on this cover.
There are some that I've only had as like toys, others that also in the comics. Some of those that are, like case in point, Venus de Milo is, she's from the comic, but she was also from like the live action TV show. Jenica is brand new to the series as a whole, but there's quite a few. Like a lot of people, like right here, your boy, the Rat King is in here chilling. The Fugitoid and Metalhead in here just chilling. I think is that Irma? I can't remember if that's Irma or not. I know Irma got turned into something later, depending on what you read.
So one reason that we are talking about the Ninja Turtles is because, like it's saying that in the bottom thirds here, is that it's going to be ending with issue 150.
Yep.
But before we get to that, I actually want to ask Ernie a question when it comes to the Ninja Turtles, because I want to do we need a Ninja Turtles update. What do you mean a Ninja Turtles update, Carter? I will tell you, Ernie. You get that hardcover yet?
Oh no, I did not. I have not. I think the last here, actually, I can pull this up. I did a tweet about it the other day.
Yes, you did.
I did a tweet about it. I actually need to go back because once again, like I got so many notifications over the weekend that I honestly was not able to keep up with everything that everyone said to me. So I'm gonna have to go back and see if anyone actually said anything to me. I want to
keep doing this until what I think is going to happen. You bite the bullet hard as you can and spend that stupid ass price on that hardcover.
Oh God, no! Oh God, no!
I think it's gonna happen. You're gonna be mad when you do it. But I think it's gonna happen.
Oh no! Trust me, I would be fucking redonkulously fucking mad.
303.
Look, these are the prices for this book.
So for everyone that doesn't know, just for the audio files that aren't watching what's going on right now, Ernie has 14 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle IDW hardcover collections.
Yes.
He has 14. So he has books 1 through 13, and then he skips 14 and goes right to 15. The reason he skips 14 is because he ain't got 14. He ain't got 14 is 14 ain't out here.
Nope.
The reason 14 ain't out here is because it's out of print. And the only way Ernie gonna get that motherfucker like he won't do is by taking his ass on eBay and getting his head bust on one of them ridiculous ass prices. Because everybody know that book is a pain in the ass to find. You did get an update from somebody on Twitter that said they were gonna go to their local comic shop,
see if they can find it for me.
Keep an eye out there for you, but I highly doubt that's gonna happen because you're gonna have to get your head busted. You're gonna have to end up throwing that 300 off for what? How many issues? Like what? 2 trades?
Yeah, 2 trades, dude. Here, okay. And here's the sad part because there was someone that I saw on Reddit talking about this. They were like, well, I mean, you could always just sail the 7 seas and read it that way. It's like, it's not that I want it to read. I want it to fucking have. I have read, or actually, no, that one I'm not as far ahead. But no, I just want to be able to read it is what I want. But yeah, this right here, where they're talking about like 330 or no, 303, 210, 250. This one up here said it was 350. Now it's 279. Like they doing somebody a motherfucking favor. They kiss my ass with that shit is what they could do. They could kiss the darkest crevices of the crack of my ass on that. I promise you. But yeah, if you go to anywhere, if you go to Amazon, you go to Books A Million, you go to and here's the thing, the reason why I put out the tweet that I did, I just full disclosure, the reason why I put this tweet out showcasing this is because I actually had the pleasure of meeting one of my favorite artists in the industry, Mike Norton. And what we were talking about was, here, let me pull this out of here. Was this, actually no, was it this one or was it this one? I think it was actually this one. Yep, it was this one. Mike Norton, because I got to meet him at Memphis Comics Expo. I got him to sign all 4 copies of my hardcovers of Revival. But here's the thing, when I told him the story of how I got this one, how this one is out of print. You cannot buy this under normal circumstances unless you buy it through a reseller. And I told him how I bought this, and I was like, yeah, I kind of got my head busted for like $80 or something like that, which is like way more than what it should cost. And I thought it was funny because he was like, when I told him that, he got mad. Like he got mad, and legitimately so, because it was basically someone who bought the book and resold it for like a way higher price. And it's not like him and Tim Seeley are getting any of that money. And also the fact that like, yeah, well, it's also people kind of slick gatekeeping the story from the fans. And that's what, kind of sent him off. And to the point where like, he was actually very gracious to me after the, not to say he wasn't gracious beforehand, but he was very gracious to me in the,
oh shit.
God damn. Hold on, wait a minute.
He was just as gracious to you as the boy Gearless Mo is gracious to us.
Right, god damn.
With the 2 honey.
God
2 honey.
Damn, Jesus Christ.
The first one, he just letting you know that he gets your point. So where the sun doesn't shine, we got it. You didn't have to go deepest, darkest crevice. You could have just said the burnt cookie area of cheeks. You could have just said that and just left it there. So we thank you for that, Gillis Mo. And then he gave us another one, which is saying, get those likes up. Maybe it's time for a giveaway.
Wait a minute.
We also got to thank Roy Bott because he ended up gifting another Blerd Without Fear membership to Daddy Kaiju, and as well he gave the first one to Mailman, so thank you for that.
Yes.
And we got a $5 hot and ready from the boy Roy Bott saying, I've been in that X mansion longer than I've been going to school and had my own schools quit sending me to boarding, Marvel, and give me back my 40 acres.
That is basically what Krakoa is. It's like if someone gave you, it's like if the government gave every black person their 40 acres and a mule, it said, yeah, I need to get that back up out you.
But please continue. Your rage at Ninja Turtles. I saw Frank Gleason in the chat that I think Frank Gleason, you will kind of understand where Ernie is alluding to, because with you being a sneakerhead, basically it's the same thing, but it's slowly starting to touch comic space. Because I saw that he said that he's trying to start his collection by getting volume 1. I have volume 1. I feel like I bought volume 2. I just don't know where that motherfucker went. But I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. Because I'm not gonna go through what he went through to get the rest of them Turtles hardcover. Ain't no way.
Ain't no like here. I'm gonna pull it up right here. So TMNT IDW 14. Here we go. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go on Amazon right now, Amazon's actually so far the cheapest place I've seen it.
But here it is though. How cheap?
Okay.
Hold on. Before you answer that, let me look at my volume 1.
Yeah.
I bought this baby when I was still working at Hastings. Volume 1 collects the first 12 issues. This bad boy was $50. I got it on discount because my store was going out of business when I got it. And plus I worked there, so I already get a discount by default. But okay, $49.99. You saying that's the cheapest place to get it? How cheap are we talking from that $49.99 that is on the back of this hardcover?
So here's the thing. So on Amazon right now, I'm looking at it. There's a shop that's selling it like an Amazon, like a not Amazon itself, but someone's selling it through Amazon,
but it's somebody else. Yeah.
They're selling it for $59.95. But here's the thing. When I went and looked at the rating, because every time I do shit like this, I look at the rating. There's a lot of motherfuckers saying they ain't never got their shit from them.
Oh.
There's like here, I'm actually, let's see. Now they have a 72 like on positive reviews, but it's a place called Web Delico LLC. Here, I'm actually gonna pull this up so y'all can see it. So Web Delico LLC. Basically, this motherfucker says let's see, yeah. I guess you can list an item you don't have, tell the seller it was delivered, and only once they've requested a refund, reveal it never existed.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. I would no. Let me make something incredibly clear to y'all. I'll fucking kill a motherfucker. Do you understand me?
Let me explain something.
I would fucking kill a motherfucker. Let me explain. But yeah, go ahead, Carter. Go right the fuck ahead.
Now, when you are in prison and you thinking about how you got there, your mind is going to go back to, and all I had to do was bite that bullet.
Hey, but man, but now here's the thing. I did it before with Sandman. What? Yeah, the second volume of Sandman.
That's right, because when I went back to my shop, they sold it. Wait, how much did you spend on it?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about
we
it.
have gone off and let's pull it back.
Yeah, look, matter of fact, I just went ahead and made a clip out of that whole thing.
TMNT 150, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series will be ending.
Yes.
But Ernie, tell them what's going to happen afterwards.
So the next thing that you have to look forward to is that you will be getting new Turtles content. The trick is going to be that it'll very likely come in a different format. As we learned, the Paramount, who owns the rights to the Ninja Turtles, they recently inked a new deal with IDW. They got a new deal with IDW. And what is like to happen with that deal? Because I don't know if it was actually revealed for how long that deal is going to last. But more or less, IDW has exclusive rights to the Ninja Turtles going forward. No one else will be making Ninja Turtles comics besides them, unless they allow it to happen. Like, yeah, sometimes we would see the Ninja Turtles show up in like Boom Studio stuff or like Dark Horse stuff, you know, so on and so forth. Yeah, like that is going to be because they allow it to happen. And the deal is also going to be for a bunch of new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle IP, like related IPs. Once the issue 150 comes out, the core title is going to be relaunched. I don't know exactly what that means, whether or not that means they're going to continue on the story that has been told so far. And honestly, I don't know how you're going to do it because the Turtles have just gotten even more wacky and zany and out there. Like, by the time you get to, like, issue 100, the Turtles aren't the Turtles as you know them. Like, so much has changed. There's so much shit happening. Like, I think we talked about this at the during the Blerd Awards, where I brought up the crossover Armageddon game and what was going on during that. And, you know, once again, I don't want anyone to, you know, bring it up. But yeah, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit.
We ain't even talking about certain characters that you know and love, Breaking Bad, and then coming back from that. We ain't talking about certain characters you all know and love that got deleted.
Oh yeah, no.
And then came in. It's a lot that didn't went on.
Oh,
we
yeah.
ain't even talking about that. It is not the same New York sewers that you remember.
No.
It ain't even in the sewers. Niggas got brownstones,
Right? Look, I love how Tony done lost his brownstone, but Turtles done came up. Let me just go ahead and put it like that. But no, it's hard out here. But no, there's so much. And like, and I actually have, once again, I have a video that's going to release. I'm going to release it closer. I might actually release it, but I actually thought about it. I might actually release it before the 150 issue drops. But, but I do have a video coming up where I actually talk about this. But yeah, it's a comic that if you're a fan of the original black and white Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird, Ninja Turtles comics from the 80s, there is something for you to love. If you're a fan of the cartoon, there's something for you to love. You're a fan of the live action movies, there's something for you to love. If you're a fan of really almost any incarnation of Ninja Turtles, there is something there that you're going to be able to connect to. So I do wonder how they're going to pull this off. And honestly, with everything that has been done, especially with what Sophie Campbell's been doing with the series as of late, I honestly don't know what the fuck they're going to be able to add to this. I honestly do not know. I'm curious though. But yeah, they are going, there is some talk that they are going to be focusing on the new Turtles. I don't know if, I don't think that's going to be like the core or whatever of whatever it is that they're going to be doing. But we do know that we have the Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution that's going to be coming up. I believe that is going to be March the 6th. That is when the and this is going to be a story that is going to focus on the new Turtles. So this is not what I'm talking about. 150 won't quite be out by then. But yeah, the new Turtles, who I think we actually briefly talked about when we were talking about the remember, I think we were talking about the Last Ronin video game that back when it was announced. I think we talked about it then. But yeah, those Turtles are going to be the focus of the Last Ronin 2. So that is definitely and for those, if you don't know you know what who these characters are, what they look like, then you know, here you go right here. This is the new set of Turtles that rose out in the fallout of the last. Actually, they were in the Last Ronin, but they were just little tiny baby turtles. They weren't quite teenage yet. How they're gonna do that one, I have no idea. I don't know how any of that's going to play out, how they're going to you know, square that circle or, you know, whatever the fuck. But yeah, like this is going to be who the Last Ronin 2 will focus on. What the core Ninja Turtles title is going to focus on, I could not tell you. But I'm happy to see it happen. I'm very happy to see it happen. So yeah, it is it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good times. There's a lot of really cool stuff that looks like it's gonna be on the horizon for this new like here. I just want to show you, for those who don't believe me, on how wild the Ninja Turtles have gotten as of late. This is a thing. This is a thing.
For everybody that can't see it, would you describe what we're looking at right now?
So basically what you're looking at is a Ninja Turtle wielding magic.
Okay.
The look, I don't want to act too happy about it.
The Reptilian Supreme.
Yeah. The Reptilian Supreme out here.
Y'all shouldn't let me get away with saying certain shit, man.
Look, just know Donatello's out here now. Just know Donatello's out here now.
Wow, I didn't even think that was Donnie. I thought that was a new. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, there's a lot going on. That's what you need to know. Magitello. I'm done. Taking it off the screen. I'm done. Let's see who be bad. Let's see who's gonna be. Elitas was it? Let's see who's gonna be bad about Legacy Turtles. Lord, you know they're gonna be heated. These new turtles are woke.
Oh God.
So we got one here. This is actually in response to what we were talking about earlier. I said we was immortal, Blerds. We was immortal. Yeah, they didn't took it. They didn't took it from us. They didn't took it.
I don't even want to talk about it. So let's just go to our last story today.
Yeah.
Because that's just gonna make me. It's just gonna make me sad. We going back to that goddamn school.
Let's go. You know what? There's actually, you know what? We might save it for next week. There's another one I had after this, but I didn't make a third for it, so we're not going to worry about it. We'll save it for next week. This is actually not that big a deal. I mean, I guess it is and kind of isn't at the same time. But Carter, would you like to tell the good people what we have to look forward to coming up from Benajmin PErcy?
Well, he just recently ended the story of Talia Warroad in his current Ghost Rider book. And we have a new volume coming out. And for a while there, we didn't know what it meant, because when you look at the final page of this recent issue of Ghost Rider, it looked like we were getting someone else. And it looked like the spirit itself, Zarathos, I think is how you say the name. He was looking for someone else, and it looks like he found him. And it was the person he found was not someone you were expecting unless you read the annual.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. True.
Because that was where we got maybe a tiny inkling, or that's where we were introduced to that character in the Ghost Rider side of things. And the long and short of it is, Benajmin PErcy is going to continue to write Ghost Rider, at least for this next book. It's going to be starting in March. It's going to be called a Ghost Rider Final Vengeance. And the art's going to be by Danny Kim, who is someone I've never actually heard of. But if this cover is any indication, I'm really interested in seeing what they got to work with. Our new Ghost Rider is going to be someone, if you play Marvel Snap and you like Destroy, you probably use this card quite often. It's going to be the Hood. It's going to be Parker Robbins, which I think is going to infuriate several people. That, there is I saw a tweet where someone was mentioning Kushala, and someone was bringing up this one was actually just bogus, and I called them out for it and they didn't respond. But some people were hoping for Robbie Reyes, and because did you know, Ernie, that Robbie Reyes hasn't gotten any kind of love
since
did you know that? What? What?
Not
last year?
Yeah, not since I haven't seen him in shit since that Avengers Forever deal, but which I didn't finish actually.
Okay, but it ain't been like years since we ain't seen him.
Oh no, hell, he was in Midnight Suns. Hell, he was a big part of he actually was a major part of Midnight Suns, and he's also had his own comic like twice.
I'm throwing shade. Yes, I am. I'll tell you about it. After.
Oh,
But
never mind.
No. Keep that same energy. Me and you, we on the same page. But
Okay,
yes,
okay.
Benjamin PErcy is going to continue this. I don't know how this book is going to go with the Hood being the spirit of vengeance. I think the most we know is whatever he finna do, it ain't finna be for the best of anybody. And like I said earlier, I tweeted out about this. If you all were fans of that Benjamin PErcy Ghost Rider book, you saw how bad folks caught it in that book in just some horrid ways. Just I remember like the brother that went to the bathroom and got got a salad tossed in a way that nobody wants their salad tossed in the bathroom.
That mother, they tossed that shit all over the bathroom.
But yeah, man, just I know there were people that were fans of Talia War Road that were hoping that it would be something involving
like
her,
it pass on to her.
Yeah, but if you read that last issue, you know that ain't going down.
No,
For all you fans of Drag Me to Hell, I bet you all were like,
God damn.
I bet everybody was like that Leo gif when you saw you remember Drag Me to Hell ending, and then you saw how Talia War Road caught it in this one. But yeah, man, the Hood is going to be the new. Why do they keep trying to just put respect on this?
Well, I tell you what's going on here. I can actually tell you why.
Did Bendis make the Hood?
Yes,
that was Bendis.
That was Bendis. Yeah,
and he ain't even here no more. Why?
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. So there's this is brand synergy going on here.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, the Hood is about to be in the MCU.
Okay.
And he is going to be the villain of Riri Williams' Ironheart, Disney Plus show.
Got you. Okay.
Now, whether or not he's going to be the Hood exactly how he is in the comics versus in the, I'm sure there's going to be some differences, some major differences, and I don't think he's going to have a spirit of vengeance when we see him. But yeah, that is one of the things. The more you talk about it, though, the more I keep going back to that annual, because I'm not gonna lie, I had a really hard time getting through. Oh no, I take that back. Not that one. I was thinking about the Vengeance Forever annual. It wasn't an annual; It was a one shot. But yeah, the annual I kind of skipped, so I didn't actually read it. So yeah, when the Hood was announced, I was actually legitimately surprised. I was like, when you said the annual, I was thinking about the other one shot. So that was me mistaken. Vengeance Forever, I had a hard time getting through. But the annual, I'm actually gonna go read it now because I'm actually curious. Because I feel like it's doing the same thing that the last Thor annual did, where it basically set you up for Immortal Thor.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that. But no, well, what were you about to say?
You ain't really you ain't missing out on nothing if you didn't read that annual.
He's talking about this one, by the way. This annual.
It was a thing that happened, and now that I know that the Hood is going to be in Ironheart, they're probably going to just regress him back to like early Bendis Hood, to where it was just he was a gang. I wouldn't even say gangster. Gangster mean he was somebody. This was a thug
he was
with
for
two
a little
pistols, but that was afterwards.
Yeah. That's
one Hood was just a thug with two pistols that had a Harry Potter cloak where he could it was tiny with a tiny bit of magic. Not this full on, because that's not even really Parker Robbins anymore, because the Hood is a damn demon that's control. It's almost like some Carnage and Cletus kind of stuff that's going on right now. So I don't know where I think this one is going to be. I think this book is going to be more unhinged but Benjamin PErcy. And when I say that, I just mean that the Hood is he's out and out a bad guy.
Yeah.
He got, oh my God. See, if memory serves, because that annual more than anything was basically Elsa Bloodstone and Talia team up.
Yeah, it was.
Ghost Rider was in it, but not at the capacity of pretty much. Pretty much. So Talia and Elsa pretty much They pretty much use the Necronomicon to get him the fuck up out of here. It's what they do. But of course, it looks like he came back. And when I say that, I think this is going to be a more unhinged Benjamin Percy. I just simply mean that I don't think this is the main character of this is going to be the antagonist. So you don't have to go from like a good guy, bad guy thing. So if it's coming from his perspective, I think this is just going to be just rough for everybody involved.
Oh yeah.
So
speaking of, for those that may or may not remember, this is the cat that's gonna be playing the hood.
Oh, where have I seen him?
Transformers Rise of the Beast.
That's right, the new one. That dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna be the hood. And like I said, once again, I don't know how they're gonna play this up. I don't know what elements they're gonna go with for this, but I think it's safe to assume that it's not gonna be a 1-to-1 translation. And the more I look at what's going on here, this is the first time I've ever actually looked at the picture zoomed in some. I know some people will probably look at this image and go, man, this looks raggedy as fuck. Well, I mean, it's because it's a set photo. There is no CG or anything, and I can just look at his cloak and tell they're going to be adding some shit to it. So I don't think it's going to be like just regular.
Yes, Irv Sweet just hit it out of the park in the chat saying between Ghost Rider and Sabertooth War, I feel like Percy is getting some frustrations out. Yes,
oh,
sir.
yeah,
Yes,
no,
sir.
everybody's catching it. Everybody's catching it. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any? You got anything else for?
No, man, I have no clue where this book is gonna go, brother.
Me neither.
So,
that makes two of us.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing. I just know that whatever it is, it's gonna be written well because it's Benjamin Percy. I'm a fan of every book that he has dropped so far. I wasn't that big of a fan of Talia War Road. I feel like she was starting to overstay her welcome, and then I found out that was the last issue. So,
Gotcha. You know, Talia was an interesting character. I actually liked her. There were a couple of moments where she got a little out of pocket, but like I was like, okay, cool. Let's see, that's whatever. But I would and here I actually want to point out something because this is actually from the Twitch side of things. They were this is from Nick's Volker, says I thought this was just a one shot leading into the intro of a new Ghost Rider, but no, this is gonna be this is Ghost Rider right here. This is dish your Ghost Rider now. Dish your Ghost Rider, which I'm interested. I kind of feel like Benjamin Percy is doing the same shit Jed McKay is doing. For those who have not been keeping up, over on the Moon Knight side of things, Moon Knight, Mark Spector is dead. Like legitimately in the ground, dead. But there's a Moon Knight running around. And I remember going into it, there were a lot of people who had so many different ideas. A lot of people thought it was going to be Hunter's Moon. A lot of people thought it was going to be Reese. A lot of people thought it was going to be somebody. But it ain't who anyone thinks it is, really. It's Zodiac.
I will say this book will probably be interesting just because the hood is like from that annual, that's a full-on demon in there. So you're gonna have one demon in there while the Ghost Rider's in there. It's just
with a whole ass other demon. Yeah.
So it's gonna be all kind of shenanigans.
That's something I don't think we've ever seen that before either. Like, not to my knowledge. I feel like I don't think we've ever seen a demon with the spirit of vengeance. I don't think so. I could be wrong, and I'm totally open to being wrong because my Ghost Rider knowledge is not like my Ghost Rider knowledge is not absolute. But just basically what I'm getting at is I just think it's funny that we got two superheroes who are either dead or getting replaced, otherwise getting replaced, and in both cases, a villain is the one. Because like I said, this is Zodiac straight up, and this was Adventures of Moon Knight #1. I promise you that's Zodiac. I promise you that's Zodiac under that mask. But getting back to the the Parker Robbins of it all, Yo, the fact that the Hood is taking over as Ghost Rider, I think is actually pretty goddamn cool. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the character, I'm always like, here's the thing. I know some people don't like the Hood. You're well within your right to feel that way. I don't think he's the most nuanced or interesting character ever either. But I will say, I like seeing writers take characters that I don't like and do something interesting with them, because maybe it might make me like that character. I said this early on in the House of X era. Characters like Kid Omega, Daken. Oh God, there was another one that I'm blanking on right now. Legion.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes a writer can come in and take a character, do something a little different with them, and it's a new character all over again for you. Maybe even changes your perspective on the character, even retroactively, changing your perspective on the character. So, I mean, I'm here for it. I trust Benajmin PErcy to do what he's going to do with it. I don't think Benajmin PErcy does anything in half measures. I think we've read his X-Force, we've read his Ghost Rider. I've read his Green Arrow, so on and so forth. And say what you will about the interiors of the was it Wolverine versus Predator, but I don't think Benajmin PErcy is the problem with that book. I think it's just the false advertising on the front, on the cover. But no, I'm here for it. I'm down. I say let's go. Ernie doesn't know everything. Doesn't know everything. Ghost Rider. He's not a real comic nerd. No, it's funny too, because I always tell people, like, you know what I think separates me from a lot of other, and I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but like what separates me from a lot of people who do like comic book stuff on social media, not YouTube specifically, but just social media in general. I know there's a lot of people who try to pretend they do know everything.
Mm.
And there's some people who will make declarative statements and don't even have any of the facts to back them up. And if you tell them they're wrong, they'll fight you back on it because on the internet, you have to save face. I am perfectly open to admitting. That's why when people try and tell me that I always think I'm right, no, if someone shows me legitimate proof that I'm wrong, I accept it. It's just that oftentimes people don't show me that proof. But like, even with the Captain Hydra shit, the Hydra Cap shit with Captain Krakoa or whatever, if it would have turned out that I was wrong, I would have totally eaten the crow on that shit. I would have made the video that I did where I talked about how right I was, that video would have went a lot different. You know how it would have gone, Carter? It'd have went like this. You would see an empty chair right here. You see an empty chair just like this. I'd look, and I would just come in and just be like,
where'd you get that X-Men shirt first, though?
While
you acting your ass off. Yeah.
Oh, I got this from Nick.
Where'd you get?
Nick bought it for me for a birthday present.
He wants something.
No, he saw it. He thought of me. That's all it was. But no, like, yeah, but carry on.
No, it's just.
He's broken.
Well, no, it's just like I feel you on that, but it always cracks me up when I hear that people are like that, and it's so.
What talking about like?
So
what you talking about? How people are how they don't want to admit that they're wrong?
No. Just he doesn't know everything about this specific character because all he does is eat, sleep, and breathe comic books. So that's also all he gonna know. The fact that he don't know this, he ain't like me. I'm a real one. See, because I could tell you this issue at this point, who was writing it, if they was having a mistress while they was writing this book, just that whole thing. Like, you're not a real comic book fan because I've been real. That's why I recommended. Like there was one Blerd Cave. I recommended everyone that watches the Blerd Cave.
Yeah.
Read the comments in some of Ernie's videos.
Oh,
some of you all.
Yeah.
What you just described, everything that you just described is why I have recommended that everyone that watches this right now or listens to this, go see the other side.
Yeah.
Go to the other side.
Oh,
Oh my lord!
Like Jerome said, a plate of crow with some Texas Pete. That would be me. Like I said, I am never above. I have it like as hell. What was it on Twitter the other day? Like someone said something to me. I don't know who it was. And you might be in the chat right now. I don't know. Because I was so used to people just like, because over the last few days up to that incident happening, there were a lot of people who were just coming at me like hard body. Like I'm talking about out the gate, swinging on me like they knew me. And someone said something, I don't even remember exactly what it was or how it even started, but like basically what it came down to was we were actually in agreement, but I misread how they spoke to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize. I was like, you know what? I completely concede. I was wrong, and that was on me. My bad. I apologize. It wasn't like a qualified apology where I was like, well, I'm sorry if you're offended. It wasn't no shit like that. I was like, no, I apologize. I was wrong. I say I'm wrong a lot when I am wrong. Like, hell, I say it in videos sometimes, but because I don't spend an entire video talking about why I was wrong, people tend to forget those. Because hell, I've even said recently with some stuff about, not with the stuff that's going on now, but I remember talking about some stuff with like, in regards to the Sins of Sinister that I was wrong about. And I came back and was like, yeah, I totally miscalled that one. I totally didn't get that one at all. And no one ever talks about that. They just always want to focus on when they want me to be wrong about something and they can't convince me that I'm wrong, because they have not provided evidence. You ain't shit. Nerd large, you ain't shit. Actually, I want to make a clip of it. Eat the crow, Ernie, man. Eat the crow. Oh my god, yeah.
Crow with Texas Pete. That's a pretty nasty combination. You sure you want to do that to your stomach?
Nah, I don't really want to do that to my stomach. But I tell you what I do want to do is getting these recommendeds for this week. Carter, you said...
What are you recommending?
Oh, what am I going to recommend? I'm actually going to recommend Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm actually going to do a video about it. It won't be a long one because, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say. But I actually really enjoyed Jonathan Hickman's first issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. See, I can like a Jonathan Hickman thing on just the first issue alone. No, I like this because... Like I said, I think when you and I talked about this before, I told you, I don't give a fuck about this comic. Like at all. Not even a little bit. I don't care about this universe. And after Gods, I was kind of like, ugh, man, I'm gonna need Jonathan Hickman to take a knee for a little bit. But here's the thing. That's the funny thing about your playing favorites. I tell people all the time, not every writer I love writes something that I like.
Boom.
Just because, like, and I think that's the problem with the internet age is that when we are fans of something, anytime that it's not perfect or it missteps a little or someone missteps a little, we usually tend to come down on them like a ton of bricks. And while I know it seemed like I was being very hypercritical of Hickman for Gods, that was content. That was me just taking the piss out of the whole thing and just being extra because it's content. Now, did I legitimately not like the comic? Oh, 110%. I don't like Gods at all. But did I church it up a little bit just for the content? Yeah, probably. Most likely. I'd say so. But at the same time, I've also said before, and this shouldn't surprise anyone, there are Jonathan Hickman books I do not like. I don't like Decorum. I don't. Makes me feel dumb. I love East of West. I love the Black Monday Murders. I love his House of X, Powers of 10. I think his core X-Men title was a little weak in spots because it was kind of all over the place. Even though I did enjoy it, I can still criticize it in that regard. But I feel like this was Hickman not trying to overcomplicate Spider-Man. Because that's the thing. I feel like that's what people expect out of Hickman. They're like, you know what? When I read a Hickman book, he's going to take a simple premise and he's going to overcomplicate it and I'm going to love it. No, he's not overcomplicating this shit at all. Honestly, the most complicated thing about this comic is probably the fact that if you didn't read his Ultimate Invasion or Ultimate Universe, you might be a little lost as to why Spider-Man doesn't have spider powers at the beginning of the book. That's the only thing I would probably say. And then going from there, it's like, oh, okay. But this first issue did everything it was supposed to do. And honestly, now that I think about it, I don't even think I'm going to make a video for Ultimate Spider-Man now, because I think I just made it right here. And I'm just going to make it a short instead. But the point that I'm trying to get across is that this comic feels, and this is going to be some shade, this comic feels more Spider-Man than the Amazing Spider-Man comic that we have been getting as of late.
He said it. He said it.
Wait, let me hit the look. Well, here's the.
I'm opening this jack. I'm opening it. I gotta give you a toast on that. I gotta give you a toast on that. He done said it. He done finally. He done did it, y'all.
Look, let me tell you something right now. After reading this first issue, I'm not gonna lie. This right here,
that boy's one mean motherfucker.
dude, Hickman a mean motherfucker. Let me tell you something. Hickman a mean motherfucker. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not saying that he did this. I'm not trying to say he ethered Zeb Wells in this issue. But I'm going to tell you something. He made sure you knew off rip. He wanted to make sure you knew unequivocally, this ain't that. He said, nah, this man is with MJ. Ain't no Paul hanging around. He said, ain't no little babies hanging around that ain't Peter and MJ's. Peter is a family man. And honestly, I think to people, if you were one of those folks that was really angry, that back in the day with One More Day, that they just undid all of that fucking story and all of that fucking buildup to get Peter Parker and MJ to the wedding day, to the family, all that other shit. If you're one of those people who's like, man, they don't ever let Peter Parker do shit. They'll never let that motherfucker grow up and actually have like a real good, happy life. I'm gonna tell you right now, the Ultimate Universe has given you that Peter Parker. At least in terms of him having his family intact. He has his 2 kids. He's got MJ as his wife. He even got Uncle Ben. I don't know what else to tell you. This, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This is the core Spider-Man title for me now. I don't know about that. I don't know that Amazing Spider-Man no more. That Amazing Spider-Man ain't so amazing now. But this Ultimate Spider-Man, this right here, this shit right here, this Spider-Man right here. This is Spider-Man. This is Spider-Man. And I don't know any other way to put it. This is Spider-Man.
Just end the show.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Just end the show. Right.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it right there.
Questions next week. Just end the show.
He said just end the show.
Just end the show.
No, because you still got to give yours. Yours is midlife. Yeah, yeah, you forgot.
No, I didn't. But it's just like that was so just mic drop. And
oh yeah,
you ain't got to say. You ain't got to say.
Oh no, that's the end of the video.
See, what's that? That late night. Hi, have a beautiful time. Like, just bye.
Yeah,
bye.
That's why I may redo the new channel outro just to be a little bit more funny. But yeah, that's basically it. That's it.
Jerome saying Carter is beaming right now because his eyes, even though he wearing glasses, are finally open. This boy done seen the light. He didn't say it. He didn't say it, but he said it.
This motherfucker.
My recommendation this week is Midlife number 4. If you all do not know what midlife is, it's another name it goes by is How to Hero at 50. We got a 50-year-old firefighter that is scared of fire. He's terrified. He doesn't want to go to him. And he then realizes that he's been terrified of fires and he's basically a coward, which is how he feels about himself. He's 50 years old. He got a baby on the way. And he figures out he has superpowers. He can basically just slide the fires out of the way. So that same shit that he has been terrified of for years is no problem for him. So with the help of his friends, he has been saving people because with him being a firefighter in Los Angeles, he got the walkie-talkie. He just goes in there, saves them before any other issues can happen. And then something happens. Nothing fire related, but there's some people. There's a shady government organization that knows all about him and want him for reasons that we have yet to know for sure. His father might also be involved with this. The same father who is already dead and gone. And this book is so good, man. Just from characters and the interactions with other characters and just the family dynamic as a whole and all of the moving parts that are going on in this book, it just all feels just real and legitimate. And this might be one of the first families I have seen, or the first married couple that I have seen in a comic book where we have superhero stuff going on and we have someone that's just trying to do good deeds and just try to do great things, and a wife that is supporting that. A wife that is supporting, but also has some damn sense. And I'm not saying sense like you a crazy fool, but just when certain things start happening in the book, she acts accordingly. And I don't want to delve more into what that means, but this is just the most competent married couple I have ever seen in a comic book ever in life. It is so good. It is so good. The art is great. There are feel good moments. There are funny moments. There are irritating moments, and just it's balancing everything really, really well. And it's 4 issues in, and it's been 4 fantastic issues. I'm really happy. On a whim, I just grabbed this book when I was at my comic shop, and it's been entertaining ever since, man. I can't recommend this book to you all enough. It's really good.
Well, on that note, I think we can move on into our next stuff. We actually got a super chat here from the homie. From the homie LP3 says, I was one of those people. I said Hickman gave us a Spidey we're looking for. You're not wrong. I just saw.
We know what that means because you just did what he just did.
Yeah,
you said it, but you didn't say it.
Said Ernie legit pulled a Bernie Mac King's comedy. How do you follow up with that?
Exactly.
You really?
Need to be I'm not finna be Steve where I got to follow that bullshit. That's why I just tried my hardest to pitch this book to y'all just because of how good it is. But we should have just left.
We should have. We probably should have.
I think you all would have understood if we should have
been like, if I just pulled the plug on that button, like, whoop. Let's get to we got questions from the Discord. We actually got a few here. I'm gonna try and be real quick with these because time and whatnot. But says let me Wait,
that first one, it's a lot. It's from the homie Jonathan Stewart in the chat right now. It's very long. It's a lot of thank yous and things like that. And it's more so it's delving into the user agreement stuff with YouTube.
Got you. Okay, got you. Yeah, it is very long. I tell you what, I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead. So this is from Badman 1701, also known as Jonathan Stewart in the chat. Says, let me first thank our head pastor Blerd up here for providing this space for us to congregate and fellowship, our minister of prosperity, Gearless Mo. We all want to be like you when we grow up. And our minister of the pit, Carter Presents, formerly Marcellus Hennessy for not banishing.
I forgot that I told y'all that story.
Yeah, for not banishing too many people to the hole this year so far. Thank you all for the work you do for this community. My question as far as the user agreement with YouTube, would they, YouTube, be able to use the likeness and voices of creators to create AI versions and post content? I read over the user agreement, but I didn't get a clear understanding of it in regards to this question. So the thing is, I don't know about that. I do know that they have very strict guidelines on the user end side of things regarding whether or not you use AI for any portion of your video, that you have to disclose that information. That said, that might be for that very reason. I feel like if they wanted to, they could. Because it's technically, at the end of the day, it's their platform. Do I think it's right? No. Do I think anything will be done about it? Probably not. And you know what it would take? It would take every YouTuber, especially the big ones, taking a knee for a while.
Do you know about the whole George Carlin thing? Because I think that's what this question is.
I don't. I heard people talking about it, but I didn't like look into it any at all. So I'm a little ignorant of it.
Will Sasso from Mad TV and another person used AI to fully create an entire special for George Carlin. It's George. It looks like him. It's speaking. It's just an entire special, but it's all AI. His daughter has come out just disgusted with it.
Yeah, as she should.
Absolutely disgusted with it.
Yeah,
and of course there are going to be other people that are like, there are actually people and that are calling her selfish, and she doesn't know these things, and he has a message that he needs to get out there, and it's very nasty.
Hold up,
it's very nasty.
Hold up. How you gonna tell somebody's baby that they don't know they pappy?
Exactly.
Like, you know, I don't want to talk about
and his response to that was that, well, somebody needs to check her. And it was just nasty. Like it was so nasty. But I think that's what this question is alluding to, because they were able to just 100% use AI and just use his brother's likeness for everything and create a full.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Yeah. That's I'm not gonna lie. That is high key fucking disgusting to me. That is high key disgusting to me. I'll say that emphatically. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I also don't appreciate someone like, imagine how ugly I would be looking at y'all from, I'm not gonna say from on high. It's probably gonna be from down below. But if I was gone and someone tried to. God help, y'all know why you would, but someone tried to use AI to recreate me, but not consult with my family, not consult with my daughter, and then tell folks, yeah, go check her because she don't know what she's talking about. I know what Blerd Without Fear wants. She don't. Look, let me tell you something. You brought up drag me to hell. I would drag a motherfucker down to hell with me.
I'm gonna send it to you, but let's keep it moving.
Yeah, we're gonna keep moving.
I don't want you to get mad.
No.
We're off.
No. We're moving on because we still got to get to questions from the chat. Qdomo says, "Hello, Blur. Wishing all the best. Question: do you think the Phalanx and the old OG Dominion Sinister will at some point battle each other before the line goes back to the status quo?" Yes, because I'm gonna tell you what I feel like. I think I actually talked about this before, and I'm gonna try and pull this up very quickly so that we don't get bogged down in the wildness. But I actually brought this up in a previous video where I talked about this part right here. That Phalanx looks eerily like Mr. Sinister. A lot. And I wonder if this is something that's going to be called back to, and we're going to see that Sinister show up somewhere like this moment play out, but it's going to play out in a different timeline. I wonder if we're going to see that. And I know over on Dave's side of things, because my homie Antoine told me about this. He was telling me that someone in Dave's comments was talking about the moment in Rise of the Powers of 10 number 1 where they did a callback to a moment, and I actually showed this moment in my video, oddly enough. But this moment right here, they brought up, what if the doctor that's actually overseeing Moira McTaggart is actually Nathaniel Essex? Like if that's actually him, you know, giving her the medicine that keeps her alive, but it actually turns out that it's the X gene that he's implanting in her. Like that is actually a solid theory. I think. I don't know who it was that said it. I'm not taking credit for it. I don't want anyone to claim that I'm taking credit for it. I'm just saying this is what I was told by somebody else. If I go into Dave's video, if I can find the comment, I'll bring it up. Or it might have even been in his chat. I don't know. Let's go to Trap God Thanos here. Says, good evening, brothers. I have an important question that I need the combined wisdom from you two to answer. Do you think Madam Web will be this generation's Green Lantern? Everything I see about this movie looks like Sony was so unserious when they made it. Those costumes, they look horrible. I'm worried Anya Corazon is about to get Thanos snapped from continuity. To be honest, she ain't doing shit right now anyway. Like a certain other group, because of this movie. This movie looks like what I do to people who don't get those motherfucking likes up.
Do I think this movie is going to be this generation's Green Lantern? No. I feel like even with all of its faults, you could go back and you could enjoy Green Lantern. I think that
Yes.
Sony just thinks you're really going to enjoy certain things, even if you are making a mockery of it. They full on thought that Morbius would be a big blockbuster. They think that Craven will be a big blockbuster. They think Madam Web will be a big blockbuster. So even if it does go bad, if enough people dunk on it, that's going to get more eyes on it. And that's what they think they're gonna get a bag from it. Just like that was why they put Morbius back in theaters.
Oh
They
no,
thought it was gonna do something. Because
they thought that they thought the memes were laughing with them, not at them.
Yeah. And I think they're going to hope that that's the case for Madam Web. So
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to be the case at all. Yeah.
it's gonna be much worse than Green Lantern.
I'm choosing to be hopeful about it. I hope the movie doesn't suck, but I'm also going to be a realist and just be like, maybe. I don't know. We got another one here from JWR 2.0 says, hello, Blerd Cave, and Happy New Year! Ultimate Spider-Man #1 has received rave reviews, and I've even heard stories of the issue selling like hotcakes from comic shop owners. What are some things that you hope the upper brass at Marvel learn from the book's hopefully ongoing success? To not try to muddy the water too much. That's what I hope. But I know they're not going to learn that because they never do. Don't muddy the water too much. Yes, just because the story is interesting doesn't mean it should always be done. Yes, there are some things that I think are great. Like, I think turning Matt Murdock into a priest was a fantastic move. That's great. That's, I think, a fantastic change up for the character to mix things up. I think that giving Moon Knight the Midnight Mission was a fantastic thing to mix up things for Moon Knight, doing what effectively I and a lot of other people have always complained about that the CW does all the time. Like every time there's a superhero show, they got to put a team around the superhero, so it's not just the superhero hanging out by himself. They got to have a Cisco Ramon, and they got to have a Dr. Snow, and just a you got to have a Detective Joe West. That actually worked for Moon Knight. Putting a cast of characters around him to support him, be his support system, actually made that book better. So yeah, you can make drastic House of X drastic changes, and it worked out. But that said, not every change is good. Paul was not a good change. For Spider-Man. Not even for MJ for that matter. I hope they learn the right thing. I do hope they learn the right things. But I know they won't, because Marvel is always going to marvel. Marvel is always going to marvel. They have to fail in order to learn. Like legitimately failed. They don't learn from successes, they learn from failures, and sometimes not even them. Last out of the Discord is going to be J Dizzle 6077. Says, haven't asked a question in weeks, so I'm almost embarrassed to ask a simple question. But in a fight between Colossus and Sabertooth, wouldn't Piotr just smoke that cat? I like the new Wolvie issue, despite not really caring for his book, and was wondering if the simplest way to defeat Sabertooth is just have Colossus smack him around, or is Sabi made of adamantium? Can't remember anymore. Thanks, brother. No, he does not have the same, to my knowledge. I don't remember him having adamantium the way Wolverine does. I think his claws eventually got adamantium. And there was even, I think, a story arc. I have to look this up. I'm going to actually look this up because I'm curious now. It's not something I've ever really thought much of. And Carter, maybe you might remember because God knows I don't. But some characters, as of late, have been getting adamantium when normally they would not have it. I remember a time where, let's see here. Yeah, let's see here. No. Doesn't look like it. It does not look like it. I think there was at one point where I think he tried to get adamantium. Maybe he did have it for a brief moment. But yeah.
So he's been there were some books I read like the old Weapon X book when he was still inverted and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's been augmented to where he could his claws, they could tear through.
Yeah, I was about to say his claws are sharp as shit.
Really.
Yeah.
So like even if Colossus went to his metal form, after a while, Victor Creed is getting in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and even if you take into account Colossus's metal form and how much more powerful he would be, the guy is literally in like the 100-ton class of strength. Victor Creed does still have a healing factor, and he's also incredibly durable. Like, I mean, he's not like on the same level of Colossus's durability, but I mean, he would be able to take a hit. And we also gotta remember, Sabertooth is crazy. You don't fight crazy. Sorry, you just don't. That's a fast way to get fucked up. Let's see here. Okay, got you. Thank you, Bill. Bill says, I'll actually make a note of that. It says at 55:34. Because like I said, I want to give credit where credit is due. Always like to give Dave credit. Bam. 55:34. Thank you for that. But yeah, so yeah, there you go. If you go to jump to that part, it was on his most recent live stream. Go check that out. You'll see exactly what I was just talking about. And I'm not gonna lie, I am usually 99.99999% of the time, I am willing to go with a lot of what Dave says because he is very insightful. He knows his shit, and if he expresses a thought or a theory about something, I am willing to believe he's probably right. Case in point, the theory he had about the Dominion being the original Nathaniel Essex, but granted, the way he initially posited the theory, it came out differently than how he initially posited it, but it still ended up being no less true. He said that it was a Nathaniel Essex from one of Moira's previous lives, and while that technically has not been confirmed, more or less, that's essentially what it was. It's a Nathaniel Essex, the original one. So yeah, I don't know, and who knows? Maybe as Rise moves on, we might find out it was in fact what Dave said exactly. So once again, I'm willing. Like, if Dave throws out a theory, I am more than happy to repeat it and give him the credit for it because he usually doesn't miss. That's why I love him. But yeah, I think Sabertooth would get that ass eventually. I agree with Carter on that one. Let's move on Hear me, make sure we're not yes, yeah, we're good, we're good. Destiny. Y'all ain't shit. I'm gonna tell Dave y'all said that. Next time I hit up, because actually I do want to hit up Dave, because I actually want to do a collab with him for when Rise and Fall come to their inevitable end, and maybe do a little pre-gaming for From the Ashes. But because that's something we did. We didn't do anything for this one. I wanted to do a little pre-game with him, but time got away from me. But yeah, his name from now on is Destiny. Dave Destiny, that's his name now. Let's move on to questions from the chat. So as I look back, oh, here we go. I'm actually gonna scroll back just a little bit because I just want to make sure. Yeah, because I saw some people put some. I knew I saw. Yep, I see 3, 4. Yeah, y'all knew what time it was. Y'all knew what was up. That's why I love y'all. Y'all always on time. White Tube Noob says, question: where's Robbie Ghost Rider? Also, Carter, Trunks didn't use Spirit Bomb energy. It was live stream. Trunks, half Genosian. Final Fantasy 7.
Okay.
Lord, I'm done with y'all. Anyway, no, so last I saw Robbie was in Avengers Forever. And he basically grew empowered by the time I got to in that story arc. He grew empowered to the point where he was literally the most busted version of Ghost Rider I've ever seen. Honestly, I don't know how you use Robbie now after what I saw. Because I was like, dude, this motherfucker is tournament banned.
So just because of the conversation I saw people having online when it came to Ghost Rider and the Final Vengeance book, Robbie basically, well, not basically, Robbie saved the multiverse. And in saving the multiverse, he sacrificed himself, and now he is stuck in what's called the God Quarry.
Oh yeah, from the Donny Cates. From the
he's still alive. He is literally fixing his car
so he can get
to
back.
get him back out in the God, in the get him out of the God Quarry, and that was April, May-ish of last year. So he ain't been gone long. That boy Robbie has been the man for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Dalzo K. Williams says, asks, will the X-Men revert Kate back to Kitty? I love Assassin Kate. Honestly, I feel like Kate should stay as she is. I think that was actually my favorite part of Marauders, is how much Kate grew. And then after the Hellfire Gala this year, how she grew even further into becoming the, or the new Shadow Cat. And a completely different type of Shadow Cat. And honestly, I kind of, okay, so Joshua Cassara, friend of the channel, did post a picture on Twitter the other day. It was a image, and here I'm actually pulling it up right now so y'all can see it yourselves. Right here. It was this image right here. I'm gonna zoom this in just so y'all can see it a little better. But Joshua Cassara said, I want to write and draw a buddy cop book with these two. Who's with me? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm with him. I would like to see that. I would like to see it very much. And I think you should go find this tweet and retweet it so Marvel sees it, because I want that book now.
See, I don't know if it'll work for Marvel, though. It seems like it only works for DC. DC is quick to do that and give your ad 3 issues and put it on Black Label.
Oh, no.
I don't think Marvel has anything to where they would even allow you to do it if it ain't Blockbuster.
Okay.
I don't think they'll give somebody that creative freedom to do something like that. It would be amazing, but I don't think Marvel is capable of allowing themselves to do that.
Well, I will definitely hold on. I might have to get up and go check on something, because Amazon delivered a package and they claim they handed it to somebody, but no one in my house received a package from somebody. So
I guess that's the only questions we getting, but dog, we already 4 minutes over. LJ Brown is somewhere screaming. He don't even know it.
Oh
don't
no,
even
no,
know.
no. That bet is over. He said he was gonna go ahead and get Bleach queued up. I told him he didn't have to though. I told him he didn't have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see Assassin Kate stay around. And honestly, I feel like once this is over, she'll probably be done with the whole assassin thing. Because I feel like this is really just something just for this arc. But I feel like once everything calms down, she'll probably just go back to being Kate. I don't know if she'll be Pirate Kate or Kate, but just rocking the old Kitty Pryde fit or what. I have no idea. But I would like her to stay Kate because I mean, Kitty is fine. It's a cute nickname, but I feel like she is so outgrown that. That's a grown. That woman almost, I guarantee Kate is probably like in her 30s now, still getting called Kitty. By folks.
Oh, Lord.
What?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I see it now. I see it now.
This is actually isn't this the first 1999 we got today? That's a
the
shock.
first, actually. This is actually the first. So you know what? Well, you know what we got to do here. Only because I don't want to lose. Because some of the questions are moving to the top of the chat. So we're gonna wait just a moment. So stick with me, Jess. We about to get to you. But first, I want to make sure I don't lose this one. So remember when Creed had this ritual-like tattoo on his shoulder and even painted it in blood on a wall? I was wondering if it was supposed to be a story angle that was dropped. What do y'all think? I honestly don't even remember it. I honestly do not even remember it. I do not remember it at all. That's lost on
me, big dog.
Yeah, that, like I said, if that was a thing, it was news to me. Let's see. Question. Ernie, did you draw the picture on the thumbnail for this video? It's fire. Thumbnail. No, I did not. Wait, now, if you were talking about the Blerd Awards, I did draw the award that was on there for that. But like, if you're talking about like the picture of Ghost Rider or Donatello, no. That was not.
So
me. I'm not that good.
That's not what he's talking about. If you're on YouTube right now, it shows like the Blur Without Fear black dude Daredevil with the all black background is what it's showing.
Oh,
it's not showing the thumbnail.
Got you. That's weird because yeah,
it was showing the correct thumbnail earlier. I don't know what changed, but that's what it's showing right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to say that is not what it's supposed to be showing, but I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, you said you didn't, but you said you didn't do that though.
No. That's not me. That is Kanan White did that. He actually did it for me as a gift. And it was actually just a picture he just drew. So technically,
gotcha.
it was just something he gave me. I cut the background out of it and used it for that. So yeah. I actually have a new one that's going to be coming up for too long, and that one is by me. So,
gotcha.
Because we are going to start using our own art more. How many questions is that? That 3?
4?
I'll run with it. Jerome says, question, what are your thoughts on Batman Zur-En-Ar's transferring his consciousness into Failsafe? I guess he didn't prep for that, huh?
That's cold.
I mean, look, if you go do it, I'm just saying.
That's some Inception shit or some Matrix shit. Batman got out prepped by Batman.
Wait, I didn't mean to click on that, but I actually meant to just stay where I was. Some of these, I'm not gonna be able to answer, because I think we are up on questions now. I think that was Carter said 4, so I'm going 4. We are gonna answer the super chat though, and then we're gonna head out. It says Jess with the 1999 super chat says, I went on a date last night and had fun. Guy sent me a million messages and calls today. I have a busy job, so I didn't respond. He sent me a text saying we won't work out and I should find someone else. Well, damn, that was quick. That escalated quickly. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Jess, I don't know what your work life is like, but I can tell you that if you are busy all the time, which to be fair, I am busy all the time, so I would get a little bit of that. You have to. It sounds, if the person was sending you like a million messages, calling, texting, whatever, it sounds like that person's kind of clingy. Not gonna lie.
Okay. Oh, okay. You said it. Cool.
It sounds like that person's clingy. And I know me, I don't do well with clingy people. I don't do well with clingy people as friends, let alone in a dating atmosphere. My relationship with my wife is such that we work out pretty well together because we're both capable of spending time away from each other. And we're also very good at spending time alone together. Like, we could be in the same room, we could be watching the same thing, but we're doing different things while we're doing that, but we're still like together. Like, we do that a lot. And my wife is very understanding of the fact that I am busy. And even before we got married, even when we were just dating, I was in a band, so I was always busy doing that. So she was used to it from that as well. So yeah, if someone cannot handle your day-to-day work life, then yes, that is not going to work out long-term. And honestly, it's probably for the best that they sent you that message, because honestly, I feel like if it were to carry on going forward, you would probably wind up dumping that person because they're not understanding of the fact that while you are with them, that they are not the center of your universe. It's kind of like if you ever watch any content creators who talk about relationships, case in point, I think it was Valkyrie that I saw talk about this one day, talking about how, like, whether or not she dates regular people or dates other content creators. And one of the things she talked about was that people who aren't a part of what you do, like, not saying they have to be doing the exact same thing, but they don't do anything like what you do, they're never going to understand your lifestyle. And, so you kind of, maybe I would say kind of try to find people that are in your field, whatever that field is. I don't know what it is, but try to find people in your field, or maybe even not even exactly, but something close to it. Or, I mean, yeah, just people that are more understanding in general. That's my dating advice on that. Yeah. I don't know if you have anything for that, Carter.
No, because I have trouble with clingy people like you do. So if I see that you're just blowing me up all day, that's yucky. Like, if
she said he's a doctor.
Well,
she said he's
a surgeon, so she assumed he would understand. But
okay, yeah, I see it now. Yep.
Yeah. But dude, like, I understand if you had fun with the date and he had fun with the date, then that shouldn't take multiple text messages. You want attention is what that sounds like. Not you, but the person just blowing your phone up was just like, listen to me, look at me, look over here. Like, you I'm gonna tell you what everybody else has said in that chat. You dodged a bullet. You dodged a bullet.
Well, like, a couple of things I actually want to bring up here too, because I see these in the chat from Mailman. Mailman said, I realize busy creative people attract super clingy people, and that is true. Because I know for a fact I have even before my wife, even after my wife, the people that typically, like, whether it's as friends or people who are genuinely attracted to me, but I can't do anything for you. I'm married. But it's usually people who really just want to be a part of my life and be a part of my every waking moment. I'm just like, nah, man, I'm good. Elite X1 also said something very telling. This is why porn stars get married to porn stars. Most of us don't get that, but it makes sense to me. And it does make sense to me as well, because honestly, I don't expect a regular person to understand the life of a porn star or to even be okay with the life of a porn star. I've said this before on the show. I'm a very sex positive person. Who lives in a very sex positive family. I couldn't marry a porn star. And it's not because I think, oh, what you do is gross or what you do is demeaning or it's not real work or because I think that this makes you a bad person and you're going to go to hell. No, it's because I'm a very jealous motherfucker. That's just me being real. Like, you come, like, I wouldn't be able to ask my wife the same questions I asked my actual wife. Like, I'm like, oh, baby, how was your day? I don't want to know how your day was.
Fearless Mo with this 1999 super chat saying, just take it as a blessing. That already sounds like the start of a bad spot. Go for the artist types. They are more understanding of time and focus on development.
I agree 1,000,000%. I feel like, and once again, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know what your profession is, but I will definitely say, yeah, if your profession is in any way, shape, form, or fashion creative adjacent or creative at all, even more so, because then you would have solidarity in that. But yeah, I know I'm not trying to be Adam 22 out here. No, I am not. Thank you.
I didn't think you saw it.
I did. No, I saw it as soon as it came up. You know, it wasn't Jerome. You should say getting railed. That was my day. Like it's also, you know, same shit, different day, getting railed. I'm done with y'all. I'm so fucking done with y'all. I'm so fucking done with y'all. Get me the fuck out of here.
Hold on. We got one more $4.99 from Jess.
Oh wait, we can't. Carter, do you have it ready?
What's that?
Oh, never mind. I guess you don't. So thank you, Gearless Mo, for that 1999 no. Super chat. So
we got this $4.99 from Jess saying that he said that he works harder and longer than me, so she should be available, which goes back to that 1999 super chat that Gearless Mo just told you, that something that I just told you, something that Ernie just told you. Take it as a blessing, because that already sounds like a bad spot.
I'm gonna tell you right now
that he said that sounds like needy assholes when he sounds
God.
Get this bitch ass dude the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, nah.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, nah. I'm gonna go tell you right now. You better off. The fact that
Hopefully,
he said,
you enjoyed the meal at the date, so you know that be a good spot for you and your homegirls to go eat at sometime. But get this dude the fuck out of here. Get him the fuck out of here.
Wait, I'm sorry. I saw what Jonathan Stewart just said. He said, porn wife. I provided inspiration for Greg Land tracings.
We need to leave.
We need to get out of here. Anyway, you know what? I don't even have anything else to say after that. We are done. For Carter Presents I Am the Blur Without Fear. And Mark Millar, you can go to hell.
Bye.